The Monsters Playbook is an adventure podcast for grown-ups. It contains violence and profanity and deals with adult themes that may be uncomfortable for some listeners. Specific content warnings can be found in the episode's show notes. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to the Monsters Playbook, an actual play Monster of the Week podcast where I take an inordinate amount of pride in the names I come up with for things and places. I've said before that I think more than half the reason I enjoy running games like this is the opportunity to make other people say the silly words I make up. And honestly, I recommend it. If you have the specific kind of brain disease, running a TTRPG might be your only medicine. This week on the cover story, the truth about what's been stalking our heroes around the city is finally made clear. But as the Gen Xers and Millennials in the audience know, knowing is only half the battle. Against an enemy with this kind of power, half might not be enough. It's time for a fight, gang. And after that, it'll be time for something even worse. The fallout.
I'm John, and I play Mark Clayton.
I'm Lauren, and I play Kira and Anna Ashwood.
I'm Miah, and I play Theo Nessos.
I'm Johnny, and I play literally everybody else. Let's put up our dukes. Well, before we get back to our regularly scheduled program, Theo in between has spent some level ups to alter one of her moves.
Yeah, I am altering the arcane reputation. So my reputation, I'm kind of changing it to still be with the Maggio, because duh. But also, I have a reputation with doors and the Invisible Family. So I get a +1 towards manipulating anybody in those organizations / groups / my family.
Congratulations. So you are all in front of the Clockwork Child in the street on which has pulled up Theo, your brother Deacon, looking not entirely unlike himself, but very angry, eyes aglow, and shouting a very familiar phrase at you: "Nothing shall live in the sea."
Which of his runes are glowing?
All of them.
Oh, great.
They're like all over his body.
Like all over his sort of arms and back.
Would I be able to use my third eye to read a bad situation? And I want to specifically look at the magic and magicka that's around him and see what's going on.
Okay. Roll that, please.
Mark's going to try something too.
All right.
I rolled a 6.
Yes.
But I still get one question.
Yeah.
Wait. Is this having to do with the runes? You get a +1.
Oh,
forward.
yeah. I do. So
Why?
7.
Because last session, she had rolled, I forget what the thing was. It was the searcher move where it's the first time you witness something, and then you get a +1 forward to deal with that. And it was about the runes specifically.
Occam's Blade. When you first encounter something strange, I can ask the keeper what sort of thing it is. And you gain +1 forward dealing with it. I'm sorry, Johnny. I know it would have been... yes. I don't know what I would do without you, except fail weekly.
Well, I know what you would do without her, but you don't get to do it now because you
So that means I get 2 questions.
Yep.
But can I ask you, what invisible things do I see? Can I see what the magicka is doing, or maybe how it's reacting to Deacon?
Well, it's not magicka, as you know it. It's an entity, a separate whole being. It's using him like a limb, like it's part of it is controlling him. I want to know what Mark wants to do, and then you can ask your second question, Theo.
Well, that's what I get for invisible things, for the third eye, right?
You could see invisible things if there were any.
Okay, so you used my first question. Okay, fine. Go ahead and ask your question, Mark, and I will think of my second one.
Can Mark try to basically sever one of these runes? Scratch it out or burn it or something like that to obscure it?
Well, tell me exactly what you're going to do.
So I'm gonna pick the biggest and brightest rune that he has, and I'm gonna try to basically scar over it so it disrupts kind of the pattern of it.
Using a weapon or with the fire or what?
With fire. So without doing much movement to try and conceal it, I'm just gonna try to have this happen on him.
Okay. So the way this will work then is it'll be combat magic, so you'll roll. The move will be kick some ass, but you'll roll it with weird.
Okay. 11.
Okay, pick your benefit. Do more harm, take less harm. The other ones that you guys never pick.
Take less harm.
Okay. So you fire like as concentrated as you can make it. I think a like ray of fire.
Yeah, basically pinpointing a specific area and trying to ignite it.
Okay. So yeah, it looks like sort of a spray of napalm almost. It will hit him like on his shoulder and upper chest, and he just like he takes it and it like is charring him and sort of dripping flame down his skin. But then yeah, he will look at you and just sort of the movement when you want to like fake somebody out and make them flinch, where you shoot just a little bit forward.
Yeah.
He does that, but the energy off one of the runes from him flies at you and just strikes you kind of in your soul.
Oh.
Knocks the wind out of you. That would do 2 harm, less any armor you have.
Oh, minus any of the armor that I have?
Yep, and with the take less harm, so that will do no harm. You will just absorb that hit.
Can I just assess, like, is it on me or is it like...
It just like hit you. It's just like a push.
Okay.
From afar. And his eyes are on you. And you will hear from the shop, Mark, I'm coming.
Oh no, Catrell.
Oh, no.
And Catrell runs out onto the sidewalk.
Can I ask my second question?
Yes.
What's the best way to protect or help Deacon?
You find a way to put him back in control.
I'm wondering, since we have been kind of looking into like the rune stuff lately, I have a move for Anna, Novice Polymath.
Uh-huh.
Could I roll to see one useful and specific piece of advice that I've found in my studies that could help here?
You could and can.
8. So it's a hit. I do get one useful piece of advice.
I feel like the useful piece of advice I can give is that way back when you first encountered Deacon and his tattoos, Kira had rolled Dark Past and had recalled that there had been a being composed exclusively of those runes. The information that I can give you is that it's a name.
The runes are a name?
Yes.
I think Anna would maybe like call out to everybody and be like, the runes have names. It's a name. I don't know. Does anybody know any rune, like, name magic? Maybe we can use that against him.
Don't hurt him, though. Don't.
Anna's, like, holding, like, the sword, and she's like, I'm not.
Does my brother know anything?
Lowry?
Mm-hmm.
Is he here?
He's in my head.
Ah, yes.
And Anna, we're in a fight.
He's not paying attention.
Unless you ask, Mark, Anna wouldn't ask Lowry.
Does Lowry know anything?
I don't know. Do you know anything, Lowry?
Roll manipulate someone.
And it's like, if I have to.
8.
Okay. He's gonna kind of pipe up and be like, do I know anything about... Well, holy shit, that's the Reaper.
Oh, no.
Is the Reaper? What's the Reaper? It doesn't sound good.
Wait, Reaper? What?
Oh, like harvest. I see.
It's how they killed the sea.
Oh.
That's what they say. I thought it was just a song.
Like, don't fear the Reaper, or
Don't
what?
fear the
It's a good song. I'm a cowbell. Well, do you know anything about this Reaper? Like, does it have a name other than Reaper?
Harvester? I didn't think it was real.
Okay, well, very clearly it is. Could she roll Dark Past and see if there's any magic she knows that could help?
Sure.
Since you specifically said it was something she remembered before.
Mm-hmm.
13?
Well, then you can ask 2 of those questions. I know it's the question I want you to ask.
Well, I definitely want to know the black magic that I know that could help here. Who do I know that could help us right now?
Donovan.
Ah, okay.
That's it. That's the one. I was hoping you would ask that one. I think a black magic that you know that could help is the way you sort of pushed it back into where it came from before, or not you, but the people who were with you, was through a kind of hastily improvised abjuration glyph, which incorporated as many of the runes as they could approximate. So between quick thinking, quick sort of drawing, and incredible luck, they were able to physically push back this kind of non-physical thing. It was able to just move it. It didn't seem to damage it, but it at least got them out of the situation. So that could push him where you want him.
Okay. Then I think Kira would call out and she'd be like, Mark, can you get in contact with Donovan? I think he can help us out here.
Yeah. And then Mark reaches out to Donovan. Donovan, are you there?
This is highly unusual.
We're in kind of a pickle right now. Can you come? Would you be able to? We need help.
Roll manipulate someone.
8.
The mixed success on charm, so what I do hate.
Yeah.
I think he'll just kind of casually go, well, I suppose. Where are you?
Great. And then Mark teleports right to him and tries to bring him.
Gotcha.
Skywalking. Do I have to roll magic for that?
To bring him, yes.
10.
Okay.
I do want Theo to like yell to Kira, like, Donovan, what's he gonna do?
He might know something about rune magic that could help us out here. Look, we can, if we can do some sort of abjuration spells, we might be able to hold him at bay for a little bit, or maybe some sort of shield spell, Theo, to block him like you did with that deputy a while back. Force him in the bubble.
No offense, but the last time that we dealt with Donovan with runes, he tried to kill me in Quinn's body.
Yes, and I talked him down. He's not going to try anything.
Promise?
As soon as Mark gets back, he's gonna be like, "There, Deacon. It's her brother. There's something going on."
We don't want to hurt him. We just want to deactivate these runes.
Kira, will you roll read a bad situation on Donovan's behalf to see how well he can take in his surroundings? He is still holding the sleeve of Rubber Soul, the record.
Sleeve of what?
He had gotten up to put the record back in the sleeve, but Mark took him away.
Okay. Well, Donovan's a perceptive motherfucker. He rolled a 14.
Okay.
Do you know something to turn these runes off? This is Theo's brother. We're not harming him.
He looks about a little bit. Deacon, by the way, after Mark disappeared, very swiftly turned his sights to Catrell, and she's running. They're gonna,
Anna's gonna protect her.
All right.
I think if she sees her going, she'll be like, "Nope,
Little sister, no."
Roll protect someone. Donovan. The wheels are turning in Donovan's head.
That is a 10 to protect someone.
Okay. And that is a move that we don't use often, so...
Could I help since Kira suggested doing the wall of force to trap Deacon?
Yeah, sure. Roll help out.
7.
Okay. Anna, pick your advantage. On any success, you'll protect them okay, but will suffer some or all of the harm they were going to get.
Yep.
On a 10+, you can subtract 1 harm, have all impending danger now focused on you, inflict harm, or hold the enemy back.
Hold the enemy back.
That I'm going to have happen with Theo's wall of force.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Theo, you did it sort of at an angle to be between Deacon and Anna/Catrell. There is no wall of force between him and you.
Yeah.
So he's now coming at you, like breaking into a run.
I think
he's not scary. I'm scary. He's not scary. I'm scary.
It's not really Deacon. It's something else. Deacon, you gotta stop. And I think Theo's gonna hold that wall, but prepare for the worst.
What do you mean by prepare for the worst?
I don't know, take a hit. Because I don't want to hurt him.
Well, you have to do something, or you are going to take a hit.
I'm going to use magic to try and do something beyond human limitations.
Which is to say?
Because he's charging at me, I kind of want to charge at him, almost like 2 bulls going at each other and try and just slam him to his back on the ground.
Push him onto his back.
Yeah, just kind of be grabbing him and then just slam him on the ground.
Is use magic an advanced move?
Yeah.
Then roll a 12.
Thanks.
I was gonna say, is Tommy nearby? Because he might help out with that if he could. He's got some superhuman strength.
Tell me what he does.
Well, I think are you like planning to like pin him down, Theo, or what are you doing?
I'm trying to like knock the wind out of him.
I think then if you like knock him down, then like Tommy might like get on top to actually keep him down. Like pin him down, werewolf, like wait. So I think literally like he like falls down into the ground, and then I think Tommy just like kind of like pounces and just like pins him down like wrestler style kind of.
Well, let's see about that.
Yeah.
I rolled a 7.
Oof.
You sure did.
And I think that the glitch of using this magic is going to be that Theo takes 1 harm, ignore armor.
Based on what you're telling me, what I think you do is kind of curl into like a ball almost and just launch yourself at him with the force of your legs and the force of your force magic. And just like try to slam into him squarely in his stomach. In like solar plexus. Which, 1, you do, which will knock the wind out of him and you. But 2, it will not knock him down, and he will wrap his arms around you and crush you to him.
Cool.
And that will be an additional 1 harm.
I do have enchanted clothing, so I don't take that harm, but
Okay.
it still sucks.
Now can Tommy try to do something to protect Theo?
I think Mark's gonna run over too and like try to punch him in the face.
Tommy and Mark both roll kick some ass.
11.
10
Nice.
for Tommy.
Okay. I want you both pick your advantages. I think, though, based on what you were saying, Tommy, force them where you want them.
Yeah, I think I'm also forcing them where I want them. Actually, no, I'm gonna do more harm because he's hurting Theo.
Okay. Here's what I think happens. Mark, your fist starts on fire as you throw this punch, and he will let go of Theo with one arm to block it, but it will like burn and singe and crackle his arm, skin, and hair. And then Tommy will slash at him with, I have his weapon being wolf sword. Did I just mean that he's in a wolf form?
Probably.
Will slash at him with his big claws, and he will also use his other arm to block that. So he's got a flaming Mark fist in one forearm.
Do want to say I don't want Tommy to actually like do any harm, quite literally just to restrain him.
Okay. Then he just grabbed his other forearm, allowing Theo to drop, gasping but safe, to the ground.
And I think when Mark does that, he's also going to try and pin him to the ground too, as well.
Okay. That makes some sense. Why don't you roll act under pressure, please?
7.
Okay. I think that's gonna mean it's like very uncomfortable, and you are as pinned under him as he is by you, but you got him with Tommy's assistance. Donovan shouts, "I've got something," and then he takes the album and like unfolds it and then rips it in half, and then starts ripping it into smaller squares that will have white on the other side. I need time. When I give the signal, he starts walking across the street into a sort of like small wooded area, like there's kind of a green space with trees. And he's like, when I give the signal, get him in the trees. And he runs in there.
Okay. How long does he need?
Well, we'll find out. The other thing that you hear is approaching police sirens.
Oh no.
Fuck. Lincoln! Cops! Ah, shit. I think Anna like tries to go like, because she works here and she's just trying to like, oh, maybe I can get him to go away. And so she's gonna go trip to the front of the wherever the traffic is coming from and be like, Lincoln, help! She holds her like little necklace. Help me!
The door to the Clockwork Child will ding and open, and out will step Lincoln Ramsey. He'll be like, fuck, I hate cops.
Yeah.
Theo's going to like get away from Deacon and Tommy and Mark, and I think get to Catrell.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, you should get inside. It's dangerous out here.
No, exactly. That's why I'm here.
What can you do?
She like closes her eyes for just a second, and then 2 sets of wings burst out of her back, and she answers, stuff.
Do you know how to fight, Kira?
She looks at you and nods, and then like shakes out both hands, and then where had been her hands are now like giant hawk's talons.
Oh, okay.
Mark does a double take. He's like, what?
Don't kill him. and Theo's gonna look over at Deacon. He's my brother. But if you can help.
Well, why don't you just turn into one of those things? Then you can fight him.
We're not the same.
Humans are weird, but okay. Then she flies towards him.
Can I have Dockers try to make him high? Boil him in the green? Calm him down?
Roll plus weird.
7.
Pick a glitch.
Unwanted side effect.
Excellent. What do you say to Dockers to get him to do this?
Dockers, I could use your help right now. Can you do something?
Oh, like party time? On it.
And then out of your nose and mouth, all this green smoke comes and envelops you and Deacon and Tommy.
Great. Stoned Tommy.
I love you, Kira. You're so pretty.
Oh, thanks. No, he already has a ginormous appetite. He's gonna eat a whole fucking forest is what is gonna happen.
Oh, no.
The police sirens are now much closer, and you can actually see the flicker of the red and blue lights coming down the street.
I think Kira's kind of like, look, we need to buy some time. We should get Deacon out of here so that he's not visible. Is there something we could do to obscure us or hide us? I don't know if there's a spell, an illusion type thing.
Can my glamour cover us?
Oh shit, cops are coming now. We got drugs.
Well, Uncle is here, remember? He might know something.
What about you, Uncle?
What for? You want to keep this all hidden from the cops?
Yeah, in case they come poking around, we don't want them to see anything. So something to obscure us, because we need to just buy Donovan time to do whatever he's trying to fucking do. So we're kind of just keeping Deacon contained at the moment.
We'll manipulate someone.
10.
Okay. Yeah, he'll look at Deacon, look at you, nod, and say, "Leave it to me." And then reach into his jacket and pull out what at first appears to be just a large pole, and then it kind of segments out, and he sets up a tripod, activates something, and it poofs up like an airbag to make basically a gigantic the light box. You know what I mean? Where it's it's kind of inflated, and then it's a huge, on the other side of it would be a big square.
Okay.
Approaching bystanders will see what I wish them to see.
Great. A perfectly normal storefront, hopefully.
You hear Tommy growl. Yeah. So normal.
Oh no.
This guy stinks.
Could Theo run over to Donovan to see if he needs help?
Sure.
What can I do? How can I help?
He's sort of setting about trying to work these bits of cardboard into the bark to have them be sort of attached to trees in kind of a rough square. He reaches into his, definitely wearing a very nice smoking jacket, reaches into it and pulls out a Sharpie marker. As much as you can remember of those runes, write them as close to the center of the placards as you can.
I can do that.
I'll come around and finish them as I go. And he starts he makes the circle, and then he makes a smaller circle inside it and starts filling in something in between the two circles all the way around.
Okay. I start drawing.
Roll act under pressure.
You said act under pressure?
I sure did.
6.
Oh boy.
I love that very, very much.
Can Kira help Theo? Because I was gonna have her, Kira go over there probably, but...
Not in time.
What not if I used Woman with a Plan?
Only if you used Woman with a Plan.
I will use one of my holds because I still have 2.
Okay. And is that hold just to give a +1 or to
It's just to be where I need to be. Ready and prepared. So if I'm there and I see her doing this, I would like to think Kira would be like, no, that's not quite right. And then maybe roll help out or something to...
Do roll help out.
Yeah. Well, good thing I rolled help out. It's a 15 advanced move.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
So you do not break the placard. So then the two of you basically split up and are able to start doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of imagine Kira actually steadying Theo. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah. She had noticed before the fight that you seemed off, and so I think she still recognizes that you're freaking out, and then your brother
scared of her brother.
Something is going on with Deacon, so she's just she'll be like, it's okay. Puts a hand on your shoulder and is like, you got this one.
Mark, roll act under pressure to keep Deacon down.
13.
One thing I want you to note is that he's sort of making the sounds like he's stoned. Like I think he does the pot cough, but he's not moving any slower or less coordinatedly.
As if he's being controlled, kind of.
The puppet is stoned, but the puppeteer, stone cold sober. I even think with that much of a roll, I think you could see Tommy being like, almost being like, why am I holding this guy down? That's a really stupid
No,
thing.
shh,
And then, like,
do it.
Snapping him at him, just like, hey, focus. Bad guy.
What's going on with the cops?
They are pulling up,
Mm-hmm.
and Uncle is sort of walking out to receive them. They don't slow down. And he just so he has to just dive out of the way as this cop crashes into what he believes to be a road closed sign, as though for a block party, barrels through it, and is in fact at this moment coming towards Mark, Tommy, and Deacon.
Where Anna was out there. She was going to receive the cups too, so did they just like go right past?
Roll act under pressure, Anna.
Okay. 8.
Okay, well, all I'm going to do then is not tell you what you would see inside the driver's seat. Cops come at you. You know they're not stopping. You and Uncle both dive out of the way. This thing just barrels through.
And it's heading right towards them, even though they can't see anything? Because didn't Uncle
They
do that?
can now.
I think Anna would shout and be like, look out! And she might actually raise the watch. She might do a watch out to try to protect anybody that might get hit by this car.
Is that a move?
Yeah. She got it from her apprentice. You can raise a shield to protect someone from harm. Roll persuade.
Okay, do it.
That's a 10. So on a 10 plus, the harm is reduced by 2.
Nice.
And who did you all say was there?
Tommy, Deacon, Mark.
Yeah, everybody who's just there pinned in the middle of the road and unable to reasonably dodge out of the way.
I'm going to trust that Mark is going to be able to get hit Deacon to safety, and I think I will, because I know that Tommy is stoned. I'm going to shield
Is Mark
shield
stoned?
Tommy.
A little bit.
A little bit.
But your
Okay.
tolerance is higher because, well,
I've been around it.
you've been hanging out with Dockers, listening to a lot of King Crimson. Mark, roll act under pressure to try to get out of the way of the car.
Yeah, and I think Anna quite literally shouts and she's like, "Get out of the way!" and tries to protect Tommy.
7. What if I don't want to move?
Either you or Deacon is getting hit by this car. Who?
Me. I try and get him out of the way. Can I go incorporeal when I push him?
Yes. Yeah, so you throw him which direction?
I'm going to throw him towards the rest of the people, whichever direction that is.
Which people? There's people kind of all around.
Anna and Uncle direction.
Where Mark ran from previously.
Okay. He skids up against the other curb. You go incorporeal.
I jump roll, tuck and roll, and then just get clipped by the car as incorporeal or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Tommy gets rolled over, but this time what you did, Anna, is sort of fortify his skin.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like you're going over a speed bump.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it slams on the brakes and skids to a stop.
And Tommy's like, ow.
Why is it funny that it hurts?
Oh my God. Okay. Does he look okay?
He looks like he just took 2 harm is what I want to say.
Okay.
He rolls himself off of his back onto his stomach, pulls himself up by his arms, throws up a thumbs up.
Okay.
I'm good.
Can Anna, seeing that Mark just threw Deacon, try to tackle him to the ground?
Roll action under pressure. No, roll kick some ass.
Okay. Not trying to necessarily hurt him. 7.
So that's gonna just be, he's gonna get up and fully see you coming. So you won't be able to get close enough to put him in any kind of a grab. What weapon do you have out?
I had grabbed, I think, a sword from Kira.
Okay. So yeah, you guys just basically come to blows and you slash at him. He dodges some, he takes some, and then he punches you really, really hard a couple of times. What harm does your sword do?
I wasn't trying to harm him. I quite literally was trying to block him because we said we weren't going to hurt him. But the sword, I think, does 3 harm.
Well, you are going to take 3 harm also. Less any armor you have.
Okay, so 1.
You've kind of just got him then in melee. He is not trying not to hurt you, so he hurts you.
Okay.
The driver's side door of the cop car will open up, and out will come a stocky, bald guy in the short sleeve cop uniform, rune tattoos all up both arms. And he draws his gun, which seems to be like
The fuck?
burning hot.
Okay. We don't recognize this guy at all. He's just some rando.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you? God damn it.
He responds by firing his gun. Who was that who said that?
Anna.
Well then, roll act under pressure, Anna.
9.
Can I teleport to him and try to kick sweep him?
Roll kick some ass.
10.
All right.
And as soon as I kick sweep him, I'm going to try and kick his gun away. And actually, before I do that, are there any other cops around, or is it just him?
Roll read a bad situation.
11.
There is one more cop around in the back seat.
Are they just like normal?
Seems to be. He also looks familiar. He's the uniform cop that you talked to out in front of the Roy Wilkins before the Exploding Boy show. Horowitz.
I still think Mark's going to sweep him out and just be like, what are you doing?
This guy kind of knows how to fight a little bit. So you sort of take out one of his legs and he loses his balance. But then he elbows you in the face, which would do 1 harm.
Okay.
And then he'll spin on you and take a couple of shots, which you easily dodge.
Oh, so I wasn't able to actually get him to drop his weapon? And if not, I have another plan.
Okay. Then no.
As soon as he takes shots at me, I'm going to dodge that and then like heat up his gun.
Roll use magic.
Oh. Ooh. 14.
Nice. Okay, yeah, you just reach out and sort of send heat into the gun. Ooh, he does he will wince, and you can hear his skin bubbling and cracking, and the smell is horrible. He does not drop it, though.
He will when I try to kick it.
You want to do that? Roll kick some ass?
5.
You reel back, you hurl your leg up to go for the gun. You get the satisfying whoosh of going a few inches underneath it. You are not that limber, Mark.
God damn it.
And he pulls the trigger. Less any armor you have, that's 3 harm.
God damn it.
Okay, I think Kira seeing this might like look to Theo and be like, "You got this?" The runes. I'm gonna go help out.
Ow! Okay, that one hurt.
Yeah.
The cop goes, hurt.
I think I'll just like squeeze Theo's shoulder and be like, "We'll keep him safe." Kira's gonna go run in, and I want her to bum rush the cop, tackle him to the ground.
We'll kick some ass.
I want simultaneously for Anna to have Deacon and see if she can like shove him up against like maybe a wall of like the Clockwork Child, like against the building, and like shout to Ramsey and be like, "Ramsey, do you have anything that can restrain this fuck?" Okay, so Kira rolled a 10 to kick some ass.
You want the benefit of forcing him, or you want him?
Yeah, I want to like pin him on the ground.
I want that to look like, because I've given your wings some sort of temporary metallic properties before almost. So like you take him in sort of a full Nelson type thing. Between you and Mark, you can push his legs out from under him and get him down on his stomach. And then like you sort of post up with both feet and like dig the edge of your wings into the pavement.
Okay. Does he have handcuffs?
Yeah, he absolutely has handcuffs, but you can't hold him and put the handcuffs on him. And then Anna also roll kick some ass.
That is also a 10 to kick some ass for Anna.
Okay.
I think Mark is going to try and use magic to heal his wounds.
Okay, roll that.
10.
Okay, Mark, I think with the way your magic works, that is just 1 harm that will heal.
Stabilize.
Mm-hmm. So Anna.
Yeah, I think she's calling out to Ramsey or to Lincoln and is like, "Do we have anything to restrain this guy?"
Lincoln will put a hand on the wall on the other side of the door, which will cause the mural of vines on the front exterior of the Clockwork Child to sort of extend outwards.
That's what that does! So he is restrained.
For now.
Can Anna go over to help with the cop and like maybe handcuff him?
Sure. Yeah, as you run over, I think you all can hear like a very heavy thump inside the cop car. A series of them. Anna, roll act under pressure. And if it's not too much trouble, could you please miss?
No, fuck you. I rolled 12 advanced move.
Between you and Kira, you managed to get his arms together and put the cuffs on him.
How far is Donovan and I done from doing this?
He is adding the exterior glyphs to the third of 4 placards.
Okay, can I tell what spell thing this is?
Roll Investigate a Mystery.
12 advanced move.
It's time magic. It will spend the energy from the earth, i.e. the trees, to, with a fucking advanced move, you can tell that this is a reversing spell.
Reverse until when he didn't have runes.
Yes.
Was there ever a time that Theo can remember where Deacon didn't have these?
How old is Deacon currently?
He is 29. So he's 6 years older.
Yeah, okay. I like that. When he was your age.
like now.
Like 23.
So like 6 years ago?
Yeah.
Are you sure this is a good idea, Donovan?
If you have a better one, I'd love to hear it.
We don't know what he's going to be like without those.
We know what he won't be like. He's not stopping drawing. Are you trying to get him to stop drawing and stop doing this?
I think just like panicking and like expressing concern and worry because like I don't remember what Deacon was like before, and all that's been burned into her mind is like a monster. So like
Clarification. Is it the runes themselves that are being turned back or Deacon?
It's Deacon.
So like would he be 23 again?
Yes. With an advanced move, you can tell that that's what this would do. The other thing I will tell you, because I do think this is druidic magic as well, is it will burn up this area of the earth. I mean, there has to be a reason people aren't doing this kind of spell all the time, right?
Yeah. I don't know. The only thing I can think about is like, what's that going to do? What's that going to like be like? How do you know this is going to work?
He stops drawing. He looks at you very seriously. I don't. He resumes drawing.
Theo's going to stop what she's doing with helping Donovan. Anna has Deacon, well, the building has Deacon trapped. I think Theo's gonna like run over to Anna and Lincoln to Deacon, and Theo's going to like meet Deacon's eyes, but then like kind of like touch Anna's shoulder. Donovan's trying to reverse time on Deacon to make him 23 again. And I don't know what that's going to do. I don't know what he's going to be like.
I mean, it's not going to like reverse his memories or anything, will it? He'll still be him, just different body, kind of, right?
That you don't know. There are not any recorded instances of this spell being used.
I don't know. I mean, this type of magic you don't tinker with. I think Theo's gonna like try to like force of will, try to dispel the Reaper, or at least subdue maybe.
Yeah, you know what? Try it.
Would you give me a +1 if I use blood?
Or magicka, yeah. Well, whatever you want to do.
You know what I want to do? What I want it to look like. I want Theo to walk up, like go up to Deacon and like put both of her hands on his chest and like just kind of like blast him with magicka to try and get this thing out.
Okay.
That is a 12 advanced move.
This isn't an advanced move.
Fuck, you're right. I'm sorry.
You're sort of taking into yourself and then expending out the energy of a good deal of magicka around you. It will sort of infuse him with it, and it looks like sort of an AED, a defibrillator, where like he just is shocked and his eyes go blank white and then come back to normal human, and he too looks equal parts confused and furious. He's thrashing against these vines, but seems to have less strength than before, or at least less control over the strength than before. And he looks at you. Why did you do this to me?
Stop struggling.
Roll manipulate someone.
13 advanced move.
He squints at you and stops struggling. What is going on? Where am I?
You're downtown. Do you not remember how you got here?
His confusion turns to concern. The fury does not go away.
I think Anna points to like the most visible like tattoo or rune on him. Like, is it like on his? He's got one on like his neck, right?
Oh, for sure.
You see this, buddy? I think something's controlling you.
Your eyes were different. The Reaper.
Roll read a bad situation on his behalf, please, Theo.
7.
That's impossible, he says. The Reaper sleeps. It's just a source of power.
He wasn't sleeping a moment ago.
Let me get this straight. You made some sort of deal to get power from the thing called the Reaper, and it's sleeping, and you think that it's just fine.
Anna.
Who is this Reaper?
It's just a force, like magic itself. No agenda on its own without a human. And then he like stiffens and like starts to, as though he's been shocked kind of again, then goes slack and is like sort of out of breath a little bit. And he's like, oh my God, it's going to take me again.
What can I do?
He'll look at you very seriously and he'll say, how bad is it?
You don't remember how you got here, Deacon.
Pretty bad.
I mean, if it takes me, how bad would it be?
You wouldn't be you.
Then kill me.
Or maybe we could do something else to get rid of the runes.
That's not what you want.
Is there can Mark do anything to sever the connection? Like, can he see anything?
You would need to read a bad situation.
Can Anna use one of her abjuration effects to help out here? Not with what Mark's doing, but I think she's kind of sees what Theo had done, and she's going to see if she can either use one of her abjuration effects to purge any wards, evils, or curses, or dark energies from a subject, or stop something from using magic, or disrupt another's use magic attempt.
13.
So, to answer Anna's question, kind of. You'd have to draw it real fast.
Okay.
And Mark, you are asking for where the connections lead?
Yeah, can I pinpoint where those connections are, and am I able to know of a way to like sever that, or can I find the source of it, I guess, that I could go to?
The source, so the call is coming from inside the house. The like strings from these runes lead into him and like seem to go through what you can kind of see with your ghost sight as basically his spirit, his soul. They go through it like a gateway.
Can I roll act under pressure to try it?
To try what?
To try to do one of those effects.
Yep, roll high. Theo, the night sky sighs contentedly.
So I only rolled a 6, but I'm going to use a luck point.
Oh my. So first of all, which thing are you trying to do?
Take some time to purge any wards, evils, curses, or dark energies from a subject.
Okay. So that will, oh man, that will involve drawing directly on Deacon's body. When you draw the glyph that you know, it's sort of not on purpose, but after she does this, you do recognize that there is kind of a vertical rectangle of negative space. And Ketrel will go, oh, I know. And she pulls out the Hanged Man card and sticks it onto his chest with just the sweat.
Oh, gross.
Ew.
Visceral.
Okay. Yeah, I think Anna is drawing this on him. I think I know something that can help. This might be able to at least buy us time, if anything.
Okay, I've got some ideas.
And you have the tools. A voice from behind you. It's a voice only Theo hears. Behind and above.
Theo's gonna try to ignore it. Donovan?
It's ready. Bring him here.
I think Theo's gonna look at Lincoln and look at Deacon. You're an asshole, but you're my family. Lincoln, let him down.
Sure about that?
No.
A couple of the vines sort of release and like perk up and then look towards Lincoln, who just nods. And then they all release and go back into the painting.
How much control does Deacon have?
Right now, as long as he doesn't do anything else, enough.
Can Anna and Theo help Deacon to Donovan? Like, I'm kind of imagining Theo getting under one of Deacon's arms and then being like, Anna, can you get the other side?
Yeah. Kind of scoops him up on the other side.
Why don't you both roll help out?
11.
6.
Well, I'm glad that happened because meanwhile, over by the cop car.
Kira was still pinning that guy down.
I know. He's going to rip the handcuffs apart. Roll act under pressure.
13 advance move.
Goddamn.
I think she sees him doing this and Kira just goes and bashes his head on the ground.
No,
Boom.
he is going to sort of get free for a moment,
Yeah.
but then you will sort of recapture him in a new and different hold that still incorporates your wings.
Is the guy in the cop car just he's not able to, is he like handcuffed in the cop car, Horowitz?
That wasn't clear, but one of the windows in the back seat explodes out, and
Okay.
a hand reaches out and opens it from the outside and gets himself out, and Horowitz enters the scene.
Are you like one of them too? Kira looks at Horowitz.
I'm not whatever he is.
I think Mark is gonna come over and sit on the cop.
You're just gonna sit on
Just-
him.
Hey, poof, thump.
You were at the Roy Wilkins. You know the uncle. Do you know this guy?
By reputation.
Is this guy normally like this?
Usually he's not this much of an asshole, and he never locked me in the back of my own goddamn squad car.
Did he get tattoos recently? Or did he always have these tattoos?
Oh yeah, they're new.
Okay. Are we able to just like scratch these tattoos out? Like, would that work? That
With what?
With fuck him up? My axe.
I mean, it'd fuck him up.
I think Kira might actually start trying to do it delicately as she can if Mark is going to help with restraining him.
I'm sitting on him, so.
I want both of you to roll act under pressure. Mark to keep him restrained, Kira to start scratching.
11 for act under pressure.
7.
He's gonna lash out and get somebody, Mark. Is it gonna be you or is it gonna be Kira?
I'm just sitting on the cop, not expecting him to do anything.
All right, then yeah, he will elbow you in the face again, Mark, and then wriggle free enough to get a hand on your head, and he will slam your head into the pavement, but then you will be able to bring him into a bear hug, and like, you know, those MMA wraps where you wrap your legs all around him? You'll take 2 harm from that less than any armor you have, and you do have him still pinned. You go after him with the axe. Horowitz flinches and kind of is like, Jesus Christ, don't kill him.
If I were going to kill him, this would be going through his neck. I'm trying to ruin these tattoos, which is what's making him act all berserk, I'm pretty fucking sure.
We'll manipulate someone.
9.
He's gonna draw his gun, point it at you, and go, how does that make sense?
You said you know the invisible family. You've got to know that this kind of shit exists, right? There's magic. Do you not see my fucking wings right now?
Mark takes off his glasses and looks at him and then puts them back on.
Did he say he knows the invisible family?
Yes. That's why I was like, Uncle, you know this guy? Because at the Horowitz, he mentioned, like, ever heard of the invisible family?
He talked to Casey.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's like, what's going on in there? Like, I know something weird's going on in there. Tell me the truth.
Yeah, so I mean, to the degree we don't know how much he knows about this stuff, but he knows the invisible family and seems to have some awareness of supernatural, maybe just the outskirts of it, but
Okay. At the explanation that it is that kind of shit, he kind of lowers his gun, holsters it.
you got a pocket knife, baby?
Yes. Pulls out a knife and sets about joining you.
Okay.
So what, we just have to like break the lines or?
You just have to mess up the fucking tattoo. If the rune doesn't look like a rune anymore, then we've done a good job.
Okay. He'll set about it. Meanwhile, Anna and Theo are slowly walking Deacon across the street. I think you can hear him breathing very heavily. And he's like, as he gets sort of up onto the curb opposite the store, he just is like, through clenched teeth, not much time.
All right, well, let's step on it then. Anna's gonna like kind of pick up the pace a little bit. How'd you come and get this power anyways? Did you make a deal with something?
The stuff that's out there is, you know what, yeah. At you making conversation with him and having him remember getting the tattoos in the first place, instead of remembering to fight back against this thing, one of his eyes, like, sort of like almost in the shape of like blood vessels from the exterior into the iris, but they are the glowing orange.
Oh, never mind. Focus back on what you were doing.
I want Theo to do another, like, pulse of magicka into Deacon's side.
Roll the thing.
8.
Oh, I love that. You take 1 harm and sort of go pale, and falter. I just really want this. And perhaps inspired by how nice you've been being to him, Deacon goes, Theora, and moves to catch you.
Oh, so uncomfortable. I think Theo flinches.
Of course she does, because he then is holding on to her shoulders and then is holding on to them quite tightly indeed. And then his eyes begin to glow and change color.
Can Anna pull him off, Theo, and roll protect someone?
Yes, but then something else is going to happen.
11 to roll protect someone.
What do you want to do precisely?
I want to throw him at the tree.
You can't do that with protect someone.
Well, because what can I do with it?
You can't harm them, I believe.
Well, I'm not trying to harm him. I'm just trying to throw him back in the direction of the tree, because that's where we need to bring him.
You can hold the enemy back. You can suffer little harm of the harm that would be going onto Theo. You can make the danger focused on you, or you can inflict harm on the enemy.
Make the danger focused on me then.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I see him like reeling up, like looking like he's gonna hurt her, and Anna will be like, not today, bud, and like try to like kind of shove him back.
Okay. So yeah, that you will disengage him from Theo. He will like throw a punch at you, which I do think you will catch because, wait, does Anna have armor or is that?
She's got armor.
Okay. Yeah. So you will stop his punch, but the thing is taking control again.
Can I try to like barrel into him and just kind of like football style, like fucking linebacker and like push him forward? Like keep shoving him.
I mean, no. If you are trying to use your brute strength versus his, he's gonna win. Here's the good news. All of you feel a kind of gust of wind. And just like a sort of a breaking of tension and an unleashing of some kind of power. And you hear Catrell, in a voice that is her own and not quite, say, "Leave her alone!" And then something swoops underneath, in between your legs, Anna, and in between Deacon's legs, grabs him by the ankle and brings him up into the sky.
Something does?
It's Catrell, but with like a sort of projection of something else on top of her. The illuminated outlines of a suit of armor.
Do we see anything on the armor or any like?
No, because it's not really there. It's really just kind of like you're seeing only what would be the edges of it and the energy of it.
Can I talk to Catriel or the entity that I see with Catriel?
Sure. What do you want to say, Mark?
Where are you taking Deacon?
I'm not taking him anywhere, and just will throw him at the ground.
All right. How is the cop guy doing? How many more runes?
I think you have him down to just the last one, and you rolled well enough that even though he is screaming and thrashing in pain, and yup, there's blood, you've managed to sort of scratch through enough of them.
So he's good now?
He's going to pass out from the pain.
Can I cauterize the wounds?
Well, I was gonna say Kira might heal him.
I think Mark was just gonna take his hand and just kind of fire it, and then just like...
That might make him in more pain.
Yeah, that might make it worse. Because he's like bled out.
No, he's not bled. He isn't bled out. He's
got a bunch of cuts all over him.
Yeah. I'm just like group cauterize it all.
Group cauterize. I don't like that.
I want Mark and Kira to roll manipulate someone.
7.
9.
Kira, if you let Mark do that, you'll mark experience.
I don't think that's a good idea. I'm sorry.
Mark puts out his flame.
Is the guy okay? Like, will he be all right? Like, he passed out from the pain, but like, if we like were if we told the Horowitz to leave right now and like get him to a hospital, he'd be okay.
Roll manipulate someone.
14 advanced move. Like he will be okay if like he leaves now and brings him to the hospital.
He looks at Deacon, who's getting up, and Catrell, who's staring him down. Will you be okay?
Yes, we need to deal with this shit all the time. Please just get him to hospital, take care of him, get him away from here. This is just bad place to be.
You load him into the car. He gets into the driver's seat, leans out of the window and goes, thanks.
Yeah. Catch you later. And then I think Kira, like, is Deacon, you said he was getting back up?
Yeah, and Catrell doesn't really look like herself.
Can I talk to Anna?
Yes.
Anna, can I talk to Lowry? I need to talk to Laura. Can you, like, I don't know, can you do, like, what Mark does with Dockers, or...
Tell her I can hear her.
He can hear you.
Wait, hi? What do you know about the Reaper? Can you, like, where did he come from? Like, what do you know about him?
Roll investigate a mystery on his behalf, Mark.
Yes, thank you.
6.
Never mind, no thank you.
Mark is gonna sit his ass down and cry.
Lowry is just gonna say, the stories say it's just something that the king's made
The stories say it's just something that the king's made. She's like doing it as if like she's got like an earpiece in.
Yes.
Yeah.
The stories say it's something that the king's just made to keep the space from growing too large, like a culling. I don't know.
What space?
There, the kingdoms.
And nobody's supposed to live in the sea.
That was the curse in the songs.
So why is it here? Why is it in my brother? Why isn't it in there?
Because you broke its rule
We went to the sea?
whilst alive.
Can't he like just get over it?
You want me to talk to him?
Yeah, that'd be great.
I was kidding. Jesus.
I know.
You can barely talk.
Anna, can you ask Lowry, does anything have control over it?
Does anything have control over it, Lowry?
Maybe the one who made the curse.
Who's that? Wait,
The Grey Hand.
that's what I was thinking.
That's what the songs say.
What did he say?
It's the Gray Hand. It's who's been doing all of this fucking shit. And I think Anna like looks up to the sky,
Technically, I haven't done anything at all in decades. The Grey Hand will say to Theo.
I want Kira to go over to Ketrel and using Dark Negotiator. Can she say, who am I talking to right now?
Roll manipulate someone.
12. Advanced.
The voice that answers is not Catrell's voice at all. Her face does not turn to look at you, but her eyes are like steely. And she says, to a prince. And then she lunges at Deacon, slamming and scraping him against the pavement.
Can I roll protect someone?
On whomst?
Deacon?
How?
Using magic? Force magic?
Roll protect someone.
Oh, okay, not bad. 8.
Okay.
I wanted to throw a blast of force at Ketrel. Or whatever is coming at Deacon.
So you hurl a blast of force at Catrell, which throws her off course, making her sort of spin and roll and crash into the curb in front of the Clockwork Child. She then turns her steely eyes on you.
Do not touch my brother.
She doesn't say anything. She just flaps one of the sets of her wings, sort of hovers a little bit, points a finger at you, and then something sort of shimmers in the air, extending from her pointed finger, and suddenly she's holding a long, thin blade.
Is she doing magic right now?
Technically.
Okay. I want to use the Eye of Endergors.
I hoped you would. Roll it.
Wait, 7.
Okay. And what does that do?
7 to 9, it's just dispelled.
Okay, she goes to like grasp the sword, and it is like air, and then the sword does just sort of turn back into smoke.
Can Kira roll read a bad situation?
Sure. And not Catrell will go, irritating.
9.
One question.
What's the best way to return Ketrel to herself, as we know her?
Go in there and find her.
In her mind? Oh, you fuck.
You bitch!
You fucking want to do a dream dive.
No!
If Kira sees Ketrel trying to like wind up to attack, she might honestly just like take her wings and like shield Ketrel in like a wing like shield to like pull her out of the way and start like restraining her. And then I think she'd shout to Theo, Mark, Anna, and be like, get Deacon to the fucking tree.
Kira, roll kick some ass.
10.
Okay. With what you're trying to do, everything that she does will bounce off of your damnable armor and resilience. But there are sharp edges to her that like hurt to hold on to that don't seem to be actually there.
Okay.
She's doing stuff.
Would you allow me to use my chain lightning rote, it's essentially a lightning whip, to like Indiana Jones Deacon and like be pulling and luring him towards us, towards what Donovan has set up.
I would allow you to try.
And I would love to help out with pulling as Anna.
Yes, I was gonna say, like, if Theo can get this, have Anna help literally pull Theo. 10.
I rolled a 10 to help out.
All right.
Yay.
Theo, what does that imply? What happens?
Well, so on a 10 plus, it does 3 harm and it sticks around.
Okay.
But I think because Theo had a brand into the palm of her hand, I think she just like throws out her hand and then just this like whip of lightning comes from it.
Boo.
You know, you owe me explanations.
All I do is explain and give gifts, which you've already rejected one. Are you really gonna reject this one too? You have what you need to stop this.
Did you cause this? You haven't done anything in decades. That sounds like an unfinished sentence.
No, it doesn't. Subject, predicate.
Are you controlling my brother?
The Reaper is controlling your brother.
And who's controlling the Reaper?
No one controls the Reaper.
Then how come Lowry said that the Gray Hand can control the Reaper?
He didn't.
What did Lowry say?
That poor boy doesn't know anything about the Reaper. Not really. He knows it like a cartoon character or a Jimmy Applebaum, one of your folk. I get confused about the past with you. You have so much of it. But such nice stories once they're done. Anyway, is your back itching, Gray Centaur?
I'm not gonna hurt my brother.
Clearly. Nor will you help him. Although it would be nice to have a sort of Ursat's twin, I suppose. Interesting plan, though. There might be those who would object to it.
Anna, pull harder.
Anna's pulling. She's pulling fucking hard. Yeah, like I'm doing what you told me.
Yeah, okay. I think you've got him onto the curb opposite the Clockwork Child. It's going to be like another 25, 30 feet to get him into the ring where you need him to be.
Tommy!
On it!
Get your stoned ass over here.
Tommy comes right over to where Kira is and is like, okay.
That was Anna yelling.
That was Anna.
Oh, that was Anna.
Yeah.
Well, he still will go to wherever Kira is and is like, okay.
Other sister!
We're doing what now?
Help us fucking bring this guy into the tree.
Like a...
Tommy?
You want to put him in a treehouse?
No. Do you see us pulling this chain of lightning? We need to get this guy into the tree.
Roll manipulate someone.
10.
Okay, good. With that roll, he will not be on Deacon's team.
He's tug of war with these two fucking skinny ass girls and Werewolf and Deacon.
Can Theo try again to use force of will to, like, she really wants to talk to Deacon before potentially doing the spell that Donovan has laid?
You can talk to him all you want if you just use the tools I've given you. If you want to do that at this point, Theo, you will have to use both Magicka and Blood.
Theo will, like, hold out the hand that doesn't have, like, the whip to, like, Anna and be like, cut my hand.
Excuse me?
Cut my hand.
You're crazy. Katsu.
No, it's magic. And then I think, like, Theo, like, licks her hand.
Mm-hmm.
You are crazy.
It just sounds really cool in my head. And then I think in Greek, she says, like, be gone. And then I feel like in English, just Molly, like, at least for a moment, and, like, spits at Deacon with this blood and magicka.
And so in a cloud of green that only you can see, along with a splash of red that everyone can see,
10.
He's back and in pain because you've got him wrapped up in a fucking lightning whip. What's happening? Why am I... You need to do it!
I can't kill you, but we have some options. Donovan, he can reverse time, make you back to before you had these runes. Or else I can also do something else.
I know what I've been saying.
I'm not going to kill you.
Then what?
Do you even see me, Deacon? And Theo's gonna like meet his eyes. It's not a fairy tale.
What do you mean by that?
Theo's eye, her dead eye.
She's talking about her eye in her hand. You never asked about the runes. I thought I shouldn't ask what you had done either. I know it's worth it.
It doesn't look worth it.
It had been so far.
And look how that turned out.
This is how it was always going to turn out, Theo. Mother and father think we're some kind of commerce, a brand, a society. We're not. We're the goddamn watchers on the wall. Everything is worth it. Look at what you've stopped. Think what I have with these. If it ends here, I did my part.
If you survive this, if you remember, you're gonna tell me everything.
What's everything?
How you got these runes. What happened? What have you been doing? Why does the family hate you?
Roll manipulate someone.
Fuck you. 6.
My road is my own, Theora. And if it ends here, it will end well. Save my life and I'll owe you nothing.
Ugh.
Mark, what are you doing?
I think he's trying to mend his wounds, and then he was gonna walk over and try and help them with Deacon, but he was addressing his wounds first because he's hurt still pretty bad.
Why don't you roll use magic to try and heal those?
13.
Hot damn. Heal another 1 harm.
And I think he moves over to the tree with everybody.
I think Theo's gonna use her eye.
To do what?
Try and dispel the Reaper.
That isn't...
Well, then answer me this.
Okay.
No, I don't think you're gonna answer this. What do I do?
Do you want me to lay out for you the options?
Yeah. If you wouldn't mind.
You can deactivate the body that the Reaper has control over. That would stop him. You can go through with Donovan's plan to reverse the body to a time before it had rune tattoos. Or you could remove them from his skin and soul using a gray blade that you have. It would be like trimming the fat from a tenderloin.
I think that Theo's gonna just like snarl and just like to Anna pull, and like Theo's gonna just yank Deacon and try and just like yank him into the tree.
Continue to pull. Tommy, put your back into it.
Okay, so now I think with him in some degree of control, at least for a while, and literally all of you trying to push and pull him, except for Kira, who's continuing to try to...
Settle
now.
Oh my god. Quiet. Shh. It's fine. Go to sleep.
Well, yeah, yank him into this circle of trees and then pull yourselves sort of out of it so that he's still caught. And so you are outside of the circle and he is inside the circle. Donovan will take an incredibly it's either a very large and elegant letter opener or a very small and delicate dagger. And he will slice his own hand and shove it onto one of the trees. The glyphs within will light up first the runes in the center of each, which will sort of throw out tendrils onto the runes on his body. Then the glyphs around them will light up and begin to spin counterclockwise. And as you are watching, over a matter of maybe a minute or two, he first begins to struggle and then sort of goes taut and stands straight up. And you can see some of his sort of muscle mass begin to shrink. His hair will be sucked back into his head until it's just the sort of high and tight, I think, shaved on the sides and back, and then very, very short on top. And then one by one, being drawn in reverse, the runes on his body will unstitch themselves. And then the sort of shimmering barrier between these trees and him and you will gradually fade away. He will drop to his knees, and then to his hands and knees, he will look out of breath, apple-cheeked, and baby-faced.
Deacon?
He looks at his hands. Damn it. It's all gone.
Better that than you being dead.
Is it?
Yes.
Mark comes walking up and he's like, "Is that Deacon? What did you do?"
Reverse time.
Also, of note, all of the grass starting within the circle between the square that he was in has just gone not only like ash gray and then tumbled into just nothing. The whole ground is like dried and cracked like Death Valley desert. The trees are emaciated and all the leaves have dropped. And Donovan is going about and picking up the placards and being like, and it was a first pressing too.
You should maybe answer some of our questions now.
Before you finish that question, Theo isn't there anymore.
Where is she?
I forgot.
Theo, you find yourself in a sort of projected, like, I guess, immersive three-dimensional sort of planetarium. Above and all around you are sort of nebulas and the stars in the sort of in the firmament, and then there are planets noted on their orbits around a sun that is illuminating the entire room. Into this room walks a helmeted and suited gray hand.
God.
And look, I keep my promises.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Because we understand each other. He reaches up and plucks one of the stars out of the sky and sort of sets it into his helmet over where one of his eyes would be. And he looks at you and he goes, "Don't we?"
I'm not quite sure we do. You speak of the future.
I live in the future.
Everyone, welcome to the intermission. I'm all by myself today, but that is okay. I will carry on because I am a professional. Things have been busy in the real world and in the podcast, and as usual, we have a couple of announcements for you before we jump back into the episode. So first things first, if you are subscribed to our Patreon, our next batch of Dockers' highlights will be available on June 27th, and then in 2 weeks from now, we will be back with another episode of our Patreon-exclusive Blades of Brickwall miniseries. And as always, a brand new episode of The Cover Story. As usual, we do have a couple of reminders that we would like to leave you all with. First and foremost, if you guys would like to support the show, please remember to leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or whatever your listening platform of choice is. They really, really do go a long way, and I cannot tell you how much I love reading every single thing that you guys write. It always gives me just a huge boost of serotonin. And of course, tell your friends about us because word of mouth is the best way to get our show noticed. You can also follow us on social media. We are on Twitter at Monster Playbook and on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at Monsters Playbook. There's been a lot of really great fan art that's been on Tumblr lately, and it gives me so much joy, so please keep it coming. I will eat it all up. If you would like to connect with us more directly, a great place to do that is in our Discord server. Come and join our listen parties, come and talk about the show with us. We would be glad to have you. If you also would like to support us monetarily, there are a couple of ways that you can do that. You can, of course, subscribe to our Patreon. That is a great way to do that. Or you can also head to our merch store or our Ko-fi page if you want to support us in that way. Links to all of those things and more can be found in our Direct Me profile, which is in this episode's show notes. There's no promo for this week. Instead, I wanted to let you guys all know of something new that we're going to be trying out for our Patreon. If you have considered joining our Patreon, but you haven't taken the plunge yet because maybe you don't know what to expect, well, you are in luck. We are now offering a free 7-day trial for our Ears Agent tier. This is definitely our most popular tier. So now when you guys sign up at that tier, you can test out all the fun things that you guys would get for that tier for free. So that means you'll get access to our blooper reels, our monthly bonus episodes, our exclusive playlist with music from the game, and much more. I definitely recommend that you go check that out and see what we've got available. So just head to our Patreon at patreon.com/monstersplaybook. Playbook and sign up for our Ears Agent tier. That's it for me this week. Keeping it short and sweet, so I won't keep you waiting any longer. Let's just head back to the show.
Back to the rest of you. Deacon disagrees that he has to answer anything, and he is in fact going to, quite plainly, walk himself back to his Rolls Royce.
Anna's gonna hold him on his shoulder, pull him back.
He will slap your hand away. Stop.
Can Dockers influence him? Or continue to influence him?
Oh, I see. He will slap your hand away, stop, stumble, grin despite himself, and shake it away.
You know, I take issue with people like you.
Do you?
Yes.
I'm crushed.
You're real lucky to have a sibling like Theo.
How's that?
You could have died just now. And yeah, you say you wanted it, but that's fucking bullshit and we both know it. If you're done, it's over. Theo wanted to help you. She wanted to protect you, keep you safe despite everything you've done to her, you fuck. Prove to any of us that you're better than the man that we've seen you be so far. Tell us what you fucking know. Be useful, for once, in your goddamn life.
Roll manipulate someone.
10.
The man you've seen is the man I am. I am as good and as bad as you think I am. He's like trying to sort of lean in and tower over you.
Anna does not flinch.
I know.
She's seen this before.
What do you think I have to teach you?
I just want information. This Reaper that you made a deal with, what is the deal? You got power in exchange for what? What are these runes, these tattoos? What do they allow you to do?
It was just power. There wasn't a deal. It was a siphon. The runes were found, unearthed, whatever you want to call it. Apply them to a stone, the stone could channel power. Apply them to a body, the body could channel power. Until this evening, we didn't think anything else had a use for it.
We?
He nods towards where the cop car drove off to. Apparently I wasn't the only one.
We've been to there a couple of times. This most recent time, we saw some creature. Giant, flying, I don't know, dragon-like thing. Do you know what that is?
I think you know what that is.
Enlighten me.
I think he, like, out of habit points to where would have been the neck tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
And is like, you seem smart.
No, this is Anna. No, she's not.
That's true. That's true.
Anna, I think Anna's just kind of like, thanks.
I haven't been where you've been, but whatever was pulling my strings had seen you before. Maybe that's the brain.
Who's the one pulling the strings? That creature? Something else? When it had a hold of you, it said nothing lives in the sea. What do you know? Is there somebody responsible for that?
Here's what the fuck I know. I know that there's monsters out there in darkness that you and I can't even imagine. I know that I found a way to make myself strong enough to fight back against them, and I know that you and my sister just took it away from me.
Well, they flipped the switch on you, bud. Hate to tell you. Those runes weren't going to be doing you much more good. They got control of you.
Well, now I have to go back out there with one arm tied behind my back, so thank you very much. If you'll excuse me.
One more thing.
He turns around and stops short. Of course.
If you ever lay a hand on Theo again, I will end you.
He will lean in very close to your face, and he will say, make sure it's a fight to write home about. I'd hate to kill you and have it be boring. And then he'll turn around.
Oh, don't worry. I love a good story.
I should just open a portal there and push him through right now.
Nah. What's Catrell doing?
Struggling.
Would I be able to use mental dominion to calm her down?
Maybe.
Okay, I think Kira calls out in her mind to McCleary.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just gonna say, I'm gonna try something here. I know you don't like it, but I need to help this girl.
Good intentions, is it?
That's right.
Roll manipulate someone.
9.
Remember the deal?
Anytime you want.
You do this and it happens now.
Okay.
Roll mental dominion.
13.
Okay. What would you like to do with your hold?
I would like to kind of spin Catrell around so that she's looking at me.
Hard. Eyes sharp.
And then I just want, look her dead in the eyes. Settle down. This isn't you. You're Catrell. Come back to her.
Okay. Her left eye softens and turns back from a sort of steely blue to a sort of more sky blue. And for a second, she's like, in both voices, what's going on? You have 2 more holds.
I'm wondering if I could, speak directly to that other voice, not Catrell's voice.
Okay.
So focusing, I guess, on the other eye and be like, go to sleep.
Woof. Okay. The other eye will actually close. And then Catrell will exhale a breath that you didn't realize that she had kind of been holding and be like, breathily, thank you.
Yeah, it's okay. I think, Kira actually kind of, pats her hair down.
Aw.
Do you know who that was?
She's like my neighbor. Or tomorrow.
It's okay. You're back now.
You have 1 more hold?
I think she'll just kind of look back at the rest of them and she'll be like, listen to the rest to Anna and Mark.
And not you?
Just be cautious.
With that, Catrell's other eye will flutter open. Kira's eyes will roll back into her head for a moment. And then when they come back into focus, she will stand differently. And Donovan, I think, is going to walk over to Mark and say, well, it's a bit touch and go, but I am glad you called me.
Thanks for being available. I mean, I see you were in the middle of listening to music, but appreciate you being here. We needed you on this one. Do you want to ride back?
No. Thank you.
Right. Well, she let me borrow that album sometime. It's a good one.
I'll have to make it a new case, but it is a great one. Changed everything, Set off an intercontinental rivalry. American Legends, the Beach Boys, and changed the face of record label photography forever.
I think Anna walks past and goes, okay, boomer.
Camera slowly goes away from Mark is just blinking.
Presumably.
Mm-hmm. Where did Theo go? Anna. Did you guys just see that? Just fucking disapparated like Harry Potter out here.
Not many people saw it, but everyone now notices that she is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's something to do with what she did with her eye? Did that thing get sucked into her and then eat her from the inside out?
Is that Catrell?
Yes.
It's probably that gray hand little shit.
Well, maybe I can reach out to her and figure out where she went.
Mark, roll plus weird.
Oh my God. I didn't do it. 6.
Yikes.
Ah!
Mark, you focus. You sort of reach out with your mind towards Theo, wherever she might be. And then your vision is assaulted with a too bright, too saturated vision of a distant nebula and a single, incredibly, searingly bright star towards the right of it, where, say, an eye might be. This renders you temporarily blind and completely disoriented. Too loud voice in your mind and ears go, not polite to pry.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I think Mark just kind of has his hands on his eyes and he's just like, what the hell was that?
Were you able to contact her?
I just reached out to her and there's this bright, blinding light and something just told me not to.
Let's go inside. Let's recuperate and figure out how we can get in touch with her.
Where are you? I can't even see right now.
Here, Anna.
Lincoln will walk over too and sort of bonk you on the head twice.
Hey, what the?
And your vision will totally clear. Kings is a bitch, aren't they? All right, let's go inside.
Yeah. And then I think Anna would be like, Kira, you coming?
I'm going to make you do this.
Sure. Yep. Coming right in. Sounds a little gruffer than normal.
Yeah, I think Catrell, a little under her breath as she walks in, like poking two fingers together, is going to kind of be like, she said nice words, but they sounded mean. Theo, you had something you were going to say to the Gray Hand.
Anything interesting out there? Anything new?
No, nothing is ever new.
Are there chairs?
No.
Oh. Theo's going to sit on the ground, crisscross applesauce.
He's going to walk around and sort of go over to one of the planets and help it along on its orbit. I assume you had something you wanted to talk to me about.
Is that what you thought I meant when I asked you to take me away earlier?
Why else would you leave your friends to face a monster?
Because I was afraid.
Interesting thought to allow the past to solve your problems. Isn't it wonderful? Just the completeness of it all. All possible futures narrowed down to one extant now. Of anything that could happen. Only this did. Fascinating.
But did this happen now because somebody else orchestrated it to happen?
Who knows?
I thought you could see the past and the future.
Who told you that, Theo?
Do you know?
Do I know what? Who made this happen?
Because I think that nobody wants me. That I got this, and Theo's going to raise her right hand by accident because I cared about somebody. I was not wanted. Maybe a consolation prize.
He reaches up and plucks a moon from around one of the planets, sort of tosses it in the air. Well, that is a different question. And he sort of affixes it, the moon, to his lapel. Do you want to know what happened? Or do you want to know what happened to you?
There's a more interesting question that should be asked.
He, leans back and sits down in a chair that isn't there, such that he's floating in a seated position and crosses one leg over another and steeples his fingers. Is there now?
Why?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? Why all of this? Why does a star explode? Why does a baby cry?
Why does a heart break?
Why what, Theo?
I think that's the first time you've used my name.
You do listen.
Why me? If you didn't get what you wanted, why not have thrown me aside? Why take an interest in us?
He cocks his head to one side. But I did get what I wanted. I live in the future. I always get what I want.
You got your new future?
What are you asking me?
I guess I'm asking, what do you need, Star King?
The star that he's placed in his helmet twinkles a bit. I've only needed something once. What should have been mine was denied me. And now I have it. I'll never need anything ever again. And you, Gray Centaur? What do you need?
I need a path. I don't know where I'm going. And I don't like where I came from.
He uncrosses his legs and he leans forward. Paths, Gray Centaur, are my business. Where would you like to go? And as he pauses in each spot, he points up to a different clutch of stars that will arrange themselves into elaborate lined constellations. One has an image of you sort of dressed in traditional Greek dress as the head of the Miah. One has you sort of war painted and battle scarred as some kind of urban barbarian. And one has you in scrubs, a hairnet, and a paper mask as a nurse. Of course, and then he gestures off to one side and another constellation knits itself together of you looking more or less as you are, but then slowly above your head, a crown is drawn in the stars. You could always look beyond the land. Meanwhile, inside the Clockwork Child, Deacon is gone, Horowitz is gone, the other cop is gone, Uncle yet remains, as does Tommy, a now calm Catrail, and the three of you. And Lincoln. Lincoln, I think, will sort of gesture to Mark to come back to the apothecary zone to get dealt with.
I think Mark has been sitting, just kind of hanging out for a little bit. He keeps opening a portal to there and then closing it, and then opening it, and then closing it.
Like an interdimensional fidget spinner.
He's like, okay. Walks over.
I think McCleary is just strolling around the store, just looking around, poking his nose into things, seeing what he can find.
As Lincoln leads Mark into the back, not like into the back, but behind that sort of counter that there is.
Yeah.
He'll call over at you. Easy now. We've got an eye on you. I already said I don't like cops. And he'll bring Mark over to a place that and like start mixing powders together, and they'll like check your skin and look for things, and then add something to this just pile of powder that he's sort of building and adding things to and crushing stuff.
I think McCleary kind of just looks at Lincoln and says, "That's interesting. I don't really like magic."
What's Kira doing? Or what's Anna doing?
I was like, Kira's in her mind.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, fuck. We'll come back to that in a minute, because Kira might actually try to reach out to see if she can talk to Ember.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. What a cool thing to just kind of just do.
In a minute.
Okay.
I think Anna might actually be like looking Catrell over, making sure that she's like okay. Does she have any wounds or anything that need to be taken care of? How's her shoulder doing?
She looks a little bruised for sure. She took some hits, but I think mostly she's just shaken.
Mm-hmm. You seem like you weren't quite yourself out there.
Yeah.
That happen often?
No.
We don't have to talk about it if you don't want to.
No, I don't not want to. It's just.
I think Anna might actually like reach out and grab her hand and like kind of squeeze it and be like, "Nothing's gonna hurt you here."
You don't know that.
I don't lie.
Roll manipulate someone.
9.
When you say I don't lie, Catrell's eyes light up, and then she breaks eye contact like she's thinking very seriously.
What's up?
Am I pretty?
Oh. I think Anna might say, I don't know if this body is actually you. It doesn't really seem like it's quite your personality. It doesn't really fit who you are. I've been there before. I've used to be in Kira's head, and it's weird. It didn't quite feel right. Didn't feel like me. Maybe we need to find out who you are. But for what it's worth, I think you're pretty.
Cute.
And I think Inako might actually like hop up into her lap, into Ketra's lap.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of keep her company, and Anna might go over to check in with Lincoln.
Inako would hop into Ketrel's lap and be like, I mean, you don't have nearly enough of limbs, and your face is too flat and smooshy, but the eyes are okay. Ears in wrong place. Why do you put the ears so low?
I think, Anna's just like kind of pets Inako, and it's like, that's enough.
You didn't lie, but you also didn't tell the truth. She's strange looking 2 legs.
You can get away with a lot, you strange looking 4 legs, but you're pretty cute.
If you scratch him in any capacity, he will like lean into it and smoosh his eyes closed.
Yeah. Anna's gonna go over to Mark and Lincoln. Can she tell that Kira is McCleary just by like the body language?
Who, Anna?
Yeah.
Almost certainly. But you know who can't? Uncle, who walks over right away and sort of holds out a hand and is like, you and Joel are quite impressive indeed.
I think she just looks at the hand.
Yes. Well, I have responsibilities to which I must return, as I assume so do you.
What happened to your accent?
I beg your pardon?
You talk funny. You didn't used to talk like that.
McCleary's saying everything that's on our minds. What the fuck did happen to your accent, man?
Oh, I thought I'd explained. certain aspects of my personage and character remain quite changeable, owing to a infernal bargain, which has been the cause of my damnably long life.
How old are you?
Quite.
That's not really a good answer.
Now that you've brought the subject to my attention, your voice as well seems quite out of place coming from your body and mouth. Perhaps we're not so dissimilar, you and I.
I couldn't disagree with you more.
Well, Miss Ashwood.
Uncle.
I wish I could say it's been a little slice of heaven.
Yeah. See you around. What is Tommy doing?
Turning himself back into a human and reassembling his clothing.
Okay.
And then, honestly, stretching and asking for water as he is quite sore.
I think McCleary will be like, there's a bathroom right over there. Can't you get it yourself?
Yeah, okay. Looks at you oddly and goes into the bathroom.
I think Anna from the counter will be like, it's not her.
It will take a second for it to dawn on Tommy, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Lincoln.
Dropping some powders very gently, a pinch of salt onto the pile. Kind of in the middle of something.
Yeah. Sorry. I can help if you need it.
Oh.
Yeah, sure. Good job. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great.
He'll sort of stand up, look at the pile of powder, look at Anna, look back at the pile of powder, and go, you know what? Finish it. And cross his arms.
So what do I need to do?
You just finish the mixture. Prepare it for application and apply it to the patient.
Right. I will do that. Do I roll investigate a mystery to
I think you do, yes.
figure it out? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, come on, Anna.
And today's rest in peace moment.
5.
Oof.
Tell me what Anna does.
I think, is it a mortar and pestle kind of situation, or what is it?
So basically on this table, there is a big wide bowl. There is a mortar and pestle that he's been using to grind things up. And then there is just a mound-shaped pile of various crushed herbs and powders in the center that as of now has sort of a small salty snow cap on the top.
Okay. I'm gonna try to crush up the rest of the herbs so that they get crushed, and then gonna sprinkle them onto the thing.
What's the thing?
The mound of stuff.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna be I'm just gonna look at Lincoln and be like, is this right?
Stone face.
Okay. And then once that is whatever the powder is there, I'll be like, okay, how do I apply this? Mark, close your eyes.
Are you sure?
Roll manipulate someone, Anna.
Mark puts out his arm, closes his eyes.
13 advanced move.
Mark absolutely puts out his hand, closes his eyes in Mark's experience.
Okay, I think she did. She's like, all right, this seems logical. She's gonna put some on her fingertip and then put it like eyeshadow on his eyes.
What does this feel like, Johnny?
It feels like water being splashed on a fire.
Oh!
And
eyes!
Yeah, it feels honestly, it feels like she's just rubbed icy hot onto your eyelids.
Is this right?
Does it hurt?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Like salt in a wound or hydrogen peroxide.
Good job, Anna. You did it.
I feel like
I'm
you're
gonna
lying.
go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
I feel like you're lying to me. Right?
No, you're good. You're good.
Wait.
You're good.
Why are you shouting?
Lincoln, where's the fucking bathroom?
Lincoln, what did I do? What did I do wrong?
Cattrall grabs you by the arm, Mark. Pulls you into the bathroom where Tommy already is, but you can't see or tell any of that. Lincoln kind of nods.
Really?
The eye is interesting.
You said to apply it. I assumed it was like a topical application, like any type of thing.
It is.
My eyebrows are gone.
He's blind. It made sense to put it on the eyes.
To a wound.
But he's blind. Where was it supposed to put it, Lincoln?
Where he was hurt.
His eyes.
Oh, I adore you.
Is there some other wound I'm not seeing?
Apparently. Well, healing herbs in the morning.
By the way, where were you? What, you were at Nathaniel Rose's business or something? What were you doing there?
Making inroads with the family. And stopping Tower from making a second play.
She's still around? I assumed Rex would have dealt with her by now. By the way, I tried to do tarot. It did not go well. Is tarot even a real thing? Is it just bullshit?
Of course it's a real thing. What did you try to do?
I tried to read the cards that were in Tower's office.
Crosses his arms. And what did you find?
It seemed like it was about us or me. I couldn't tell. I mean, I read that what they mean. It was, she's like trying to remember. She has it written down, but she's trying to remember off the top of her head. It was
I love this.
The Page of Wands. It was the Knight of Cups. It was the Four of Cups. And it was the Nine of Swords. I think I'm right. And I'm pretty sure it was upright, reversed, reverse. I don't know. But anyways, I read the cards. I looked at them and I couldn't make heads or tails of it. It just seems like maybe it's related to me. There's like something about procrastinating, which, hello. There's something about, something about being a romantic and an idealist, sudden awareness, choosing happiness and acceptance, hope, reaching out, and despair. I don't know what it means. How do people make a career out of this? I guess it could mean anything.
Through study.
And studying what? Interpretations of shit?
Where did you do the reading?
Well, I was trying to look for books earlier, and I had a hard time finding them. So then I went up to the front of the store, and I just grabbed one of the tarot cards that we sell to people.
The front of the store.
And then I went back and I read the Advanced Tarot book, and then I came to the conclusion that it was about us, me in some capacity. Me/us. That's unclear.
But where did you do the reading?
Well, I didn't do the reading. Those were the cards that were in Tower's office. Am I missing something here?
His eyes focus a little bit. Tower saw you coming.
Maybe.
His eyes flip back and forth a little bit. Tell me again the cards.
They were in order. Reversed, Page of Wands.
Aw.
Upright, Knight of Cups.
Really?
Reversed, Four of Cups. Reversed, Knight of Swords. There was a little owl drawing on the Page of Wands.
No, I know.
Well, then why did you ask?
What?
Aha.
The owl is because it's Mark.
Okay. The Knight of Cups, is that making that Theo? Because there was the Maggio names on there.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, Four of Cups reversed. Flame Flight Fealty? Question mark?
Oh, it's not Mark. Well, I guess she sees something that I don't.
And then Nine of Swords reversed. 4 + 5, 2 of them. Underlined. Question mark.
It is as though Lincoln is just now getting a sensibly humorous joke.
Care to share?
What is 4 + 5?
9.
And so when you add a 4 of swords to a 5 of swords.
Or 9 of Swords.
Keep reading, Anna. She saw you all coming.
Okay. Well, who's who then?
Who went in? Who went in after her?
Kira?
And
I really am not good at this. I don't make connections. I make connections with people's faces and my fist.
when your sister comes back, maybe you can talk to her about it. For now, I have to go reignite your friend Mark and use the dried leaves that you decided to crush to affix the poultice to his injured areas.
You know, you could have just explained things instead of doing some weird pop quiz that I never studied for, we never covered.
Mark is laying out on a table with an ice bag that he keeps having to like replace with another one because it keeps melting.
I mean, this is like the equivalent of like throwing your child into a lake and say, swim.
To be clear, Mark, your eyes are not on fire right now.
Oh, can I see?
Like the brightness has been turned down to 5.
Okay, so then Mark just has ice over his eyes right now.
You are legally blind.
Before you go, real quick.
All we've been doing, Miss Ashwood, is preparing for this.
Okay. I promise I will try harder.
I know you promise.
But I have a serious question to ask you. You know the magic that we did to make my body?
Yes.
How likely is that we could do that again? Something similar. Make another body. Be willing to take it out of my pay.
You'd be taking a lot out of your pay.
It's fine.
Who?
Mark's brother?
Wait, what?
I mean, in her head, she's like, yeah, I said we'd get you a body.
But aren't you still not even sure about this one? Like where it came from? Like, I don't know if I trust somebody who works in a record store. I don't know why you do.
Would it make you feel better if I oversaw it? Don't answer that question. Fuck. Look, either you're stuck in here for all of eternity or we get you a body.
Or option 3, I go home.
No, that's lame. You made like a whole big deal about like, Mark, I'm dying, come get me. And now you're like, oh, just bring me home. It's fine. We want you here.
Why?
Your family.
Lincoln will go. Probably won't be as quick as it was with you. Or I hope it's not.
It better not be. If the mine was expedited, we need to make sure this shit's legit.
And it won't be cheap, but I have a better idea than taking it out of your pay.
Oh, great.
We're going to go freelance.
What? What does that mean?
Theo.
I think Theo looks at these different constellations. What's down the 4th path?
Even though he seems to have no face, you can tell a smile is spreading. Royalty.
What if I don't have an interest in royalty?
Then you will make the choices that lead you away from it. I see the paths, Nessos. It's you who walks them. He holds up a finger and goes, but it's interesting. When you think about your namesake, the best of intentions. Isn't that right?
I always try to do what's right.
He leans back again and crosses his legs again. And how do you decide what to think is right?
Is it going to hurt someone? Is it going to cause someone pain? Or am I saving a life?
He holds out his hands, perhaps in questioning, perhaps in presentation. So is it really a choice at all?
It's a choice if I lose everything that I might have had. Not to say that I had too much. Did you have to choose?
I'm a king, child. I am the king. I see my path, and I follow it. Cocks his head to one side. The star that he's placed there twinkles a bit. What path do you see?
Oh, a path among the stars.
He brings his hands together, and we'll have much work to do. Would you begin immediately? Or does your fragile body need to rest?
If I start now, does that mean I don't get to see them again?
It means you'll follow your path.
I think that Theo gets up off of the ground. I think her chin is like slightly lifted. Like, I can start now.
He will cross his arms behind his back, lean down into your face. You've already cast away one of my gifts. Prove to me you won't cast away this one. And he'll bring his hand in front of your face and poke you in the forehead. And then you will drop onto the counter of the Clockwork Child.
Whoa! Anna, like, reels back. Theo, what are...
I spent like 3 weeks setting up that tower of matches.
You're back, says Mark as he throws his hands in the air and he's laying on the table.
Where did you go?
As Lincoln is sort of like wetting this powder and applying it like paste to these leaves and putting them on Mark's arms, she went to the stars and just rubs them on.
What did he want?
He wanted to talk.
What did he have to say? He explain himself?
No. Theo's gonna get off the counter. Sorry, Lincoln.
It's fine. Anna will fix it.
Rolls her eyes. What did he want? What did he say to you?
We talked
About?
what he was doing, what he needs.
What does he need? What did he want?
Yeah, what's like his whole deal? Catrell.
He needed something, but he said he now has it.
What does that mean?
Theo shrugs.
You were there for a while. What did he say?
He said a lot of things, Anna.
He's been pulling all of our strings for months. This is the guy that put a curse on all of their.
Extremely casually, Catrell goes, he's the king of the stars. Of course he's pulling strings.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, that's what he's for.
What do you know about him, Catrell?
Oh, what do I want to do? I want you to roll manipulate someone.
Anna rolled 13 advanced move.
Okay, so I don't know the whole song, but it's like the kings and the people sort of made each other, right? And the people are parts of the kings and the kings are parts of the people. Following? So the part of the people that Ro was is freedom. You know when you lie on your back and you like just look up at the sky and you think I can go anywhere? That's Ro. That's what she is. That's what she does. That's where she is. And then there's a whole part where like they go and then they can't go any farther. And then they have this thing that is the reason that they can't go any farther. And that's Andragoras. And he's deep and he's mystery and he's what you can't see. And you can't see him because he's down there. And you know, when you look out at the sea and it's like, oh, everything in there could kill me. That's him. And I don't know if the Grey Hand is like new. He's not new. I don't know. Because it's like later, he's bigger. I don't know. I don't know the whole song. He's what's next. He's
The future?
yeah, that's a good way to put it. Did he say that? No, that's rude. You said that. You're smart.
What else do you know about him?
He doesn't have princes anymore.
He used to.
We're not supposed to know it, but I think I do because I'm not. Why do I know that? I'm not supposed to.
What happened to his princess?
Roll investigate a mystery on her behalf.
Who?
Whoever asked that.
Fuck. Oh, well.
What is McCleary making of all this, by the way?
I think it's like a little bit of just like I think he's listening,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's a little bit detached. Like,
I could give two fucks.
doesn't really concern
It's
me.
not my story. Yeah.
Yeah. That is a 7 to investigate a mystery with Anna's stats.
Doesn't make any sense. They got killed. But who would kill a prince?
Would it be like from another kingdom or something?
I mean, I guess if they fought,
But they didn't.
that's not what they're for.
What are they for?
Equilibrium.
And from what we've heard about the Star King, he doesn't really seem to care much about equilibrium. I mean, he destroyed the whole Sea Kingdom. No kingdom was supposed to be more powerful than the other, but he destroyed it.
Catrell, does each kingdom have the same number of princes?
Each kingdom has the same amount of power. Princes are chosen. That's up to the kings.
Who has the most princes?
Well, the Sky. They're the only ones that have any princes, apparently.
Currently. And for a long time. Oh, wow. That must be sad.
What?
To be the only king without any princes. Sounds lonely.
Unless it was by design.
What do you mean?
I mean, if the Star King can choose a prince, why didn't he?
Theo's gonna make her way over to Mark.
Okay.
You said Lincoln is like applying things to him.
Mm-hmm.
Can Theo help?
Sure.
Okay. I want Theo to take Mark's hand and hopefully warm or maybe cool his like hand with some magic healing.
Roll it.
Yo, Doc, your hands are cold.
Mark, it's me.
Oh, hi, Theo. You're back.
Hey, what's with your eyes?
What do you mean, what's with... Oh, yeah. Anna tried to help.
I'm sorry, okay? Doesn't help that my mentor didn't tell me anything.
It's fine.
Yes, I did.
You didn't mean to hurt me. It's fine.
So Johnny, I was doing This Might Sting.
Oh boy.
I rolled a 7.
Mark, you are racked with horrible pain.
So it leaves a gnarly scar.
God, Theo, you gotta let me know when you're doing that.
I'm sorry. Theo, let's go. As she grabbed a hot pan.
Can I see again?
You do heal 3 harm.
Holy hell. That's one more harm than I needed.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So McCleary was listening.
Mm-hmm.
Could he roll monster empathy?
To do what?
Try to work out what a supernatural creature desires.
Which supernatural creature, precisely?
The Grey Hand.
You can, briefly, Mark, with that, in your burst of pain, your eyes will burst into flames once more. And yes, they will burn off your eyebrows and also a semicircle of your hair on each side.
Oh boy.
So you now have a lidded
a
helmet.
massive widow's peak.
Yes.
McCleary rolled a 7.
All right. You can ask one of those questions.
What does it most desire?
Oh, how to answer this. A satisfying story.
I'm sorry, Mark.
It's fine. I can see now. Appreciate it. Glad you're back.
Catrell goes, that was awesome. You fixed him and broke him at the same time. It was amazing. Can you burn my hair all weird?
Burn my... Mark just turns around and walks to the bathroom.
Oh no.
It should grow back.
Hey, the weird one said that I don't look like what I'm supposed to look like either. So maybe now we're friends and we're family. I was told I'm
Mark
family.
walks out of the bathroom with toilet paper on his head.
I'm the weird one?
You could just wear a hat, Mark.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yo, Lincoln, do you have any hats?
I'm trying to figure out how annoyed Lincoln would be that you got up sort of 80% through the treatment. Look, if you wrap your arms the rest of the way, he'll toss you some adhesive bandage or a roll of gauze. I'll give you half off anything you can find.
I think McCleary might kind of stroll up to the counter where everybody else is kind of gathered.
Mm-hmm.
And turns to Theo. This Grey Hand of yours, I think he wants a good story. I think he's amused by all of us, what we're doing.
Kira's talking weird, Theo. She's playing a character.
What gives you that impression?
He's obsessed with the future. He wants a good ending. He hasn't made any moves in how long? He's waiting to see how things play out.
So
he doesn't really care about any of this stuff. You think he cares about you too?
Hey, Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
Can I roll magic?
To do what?
To form a sphere of force around my hand and punch Kira.
Roll it. Why would you do that? But also, let's find out.
Things are about to throw down.
Oh, fuck. 14.
Oh my God.
Advanced move.
Why don't you tell me what happens?
I think that Kira, air quotes, and Theo make eye contact when Kira says, you think he cares about you. And Theo just like, I think, just like clutches her hand and just like her hand lights up in white gray energy, and Theo just like clocks you, I think, like right in like the cheek.
I think McCleary kind of just like eats it and then like turns back and is grinning at you. There you are.
Theo has like tears just like brimming. Who the fuck are you to say those things?
Tommy is there. Who the fuck are you?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Who's Tommy saying that to?
Theo.
What's going on? To go look for hats for 2 seconds and you guys are trying to kill each other.
I've just been observing for a while now. You can't seem to decide what you want to do. This gray hand, I think he's got plans for you.
Mark, roll plus sharp to find a hat.
Oh my god.
So, a question for you, because I think I had said Kier was maybe going to go and try to actually contact Ember.
Mm-hmm.
That has not clearly happened yet, or maybe it is, I don't know. But would she have any sense of what's happening right now?
I mean, it's on the TV in the lobby. Yeah.
Okay. Because if she sees that, she might like actually kind of be like, try to contact McCleary and would be like, what are you doing? You need to be nice. That's how this works.
I can tell you that McCleary's response to that would be, let me do my work. I know what I'm doing. Mark.
8. How bad is it?
You find 2 hats. One of them is hot pink.
Okay.
And says, I feel pretty. Embroidered in it.
Better question. Why is this in this shop? Go on.
And the other one is like it's a ball cap, but with no brim.
So like, wait. So like a beanie or something?
Yeah,
like
basically
that?
a beanie, like very tight and very like, but all the way across in the like lining in script, it says, there is a God and he refuses to let me die.
Oh, God.
Which hat do you want to put on, Mark?
Why? Mark looks at both hats, and as he's looking at both hats, he literally just burns his hair off so he's bald and sets the hats down. Comes walking back.
Mark, roll use magic.
11.
Okay.
It's acceptable.
Yep. The rest of you, an extremely unpleasant smell starts to take over the shop as Mark burned all of his hair up.
Oh.
It'll grow back, guys.
How does it look?
It's Mark with no hair and no eyebrows.
Oh boy.
I'm basic.
Yeah, I think Anna's like, it'll grow back. Like thumbs up.
I think Catrell squints at you and goes, it looks bad.
I'm gonna go wait somewhere.
Okay.
Mark goes and just sits on a chair and stares off in the back of the room.
I was just gonna say, I think Anna would like kind of come over to this situation between like Theo and Kira, well, McCleary, and would be like, McCleary, you need to back the fuck down. I don't think McCleary is just like, I'm just saying what needs to be said.
You think you know. You think you're so great. The leader of this. Have you even spoken to your friend, Casey, since everything that happened?
I hate to break it to you, but you're not speaking to Kira, which the fact that you just punched who you thought was your friend says a lot about where you are at right now.
Kira, in the lobby, you are joined by a kindly older lady who's like, oh, I think I might be on soon.
Is there do you know any way to calm McCleary down? He's just making things worse.
Gonna take over here and say that McCleary's just gonna say, oh, I'm perfectly calm.
I thought we were friends.
You're friends with Kira. I'm not Kira.
But you're part of her.
And he kind of like just like looks over his body.
Lincoln will also kind of be like, it's not that simple, kid.
You all are looking at me like I'm about to stab you in the back.
I don't know. This isn't my area of expertise. You're causing a lot of concern. People are scared for you, scared of you, but they're too afraid to say anything themselves.
Then good. They should be afraid.
And why is that? What are you gonna do about it? You gonna hurt some more people? More of your friends?
I think Mark's gonna come over and be like, guys, what are we fighting about here?
We're having a conversation.
It doesn't sound like it.
Lincoln will raise a finger to this guy and be like, you know what I just realized? This is my fucking store, and you're not welcome here.
Says that to McCleary?
Yup.
Okay. God forbid anybody tries to speak the truth around here.
Nope. Don't you try none of that Reddit / shit here. You are being an asshole, and you know it. Out.
You know what? Fine. I'll go somewhere where maybe I'm a little bit more welcome. And I think I'll walk out.
Okay.
And we'll head to Dawnbreak.
Interesting. Okay.
Really quick, Johnny, clarifying question. Is Tommy still here or did he follow Kira out?
He followed Kira out.
Okay.
Lincoln will sort of hop up onto the counter and look around at all of you and just go, Christ, what an asshole.
I think Anna speaks up and she says, look, Theo, that was McCleary. That was not Kira. You have to understand. He's as much a different person as I am from Kira. It doesn't excuse what he said. He's an asshole. I'm sorry.
Do you think he was wrong?
Wrong about what?
Meekly, Catrell goes, no.
Look, I'm not going to deny that we're not worried about you, Theo. But we're here for you.
We're not going to be, quote unquote, afraid of you.
Are you going to trust me?
Of course. That means you have to trust us too. That we're saying that you need to be careful. This gray hand guy, I don't trust him.
I don't either, Theo. I mean, like everything, you gotta own it yourself.
Catrell straightens up and goes, I'm confused.
About what?
Are the kings good or bad?
Depends on the perspective.
That's not an answer.
You don't always get answers.
Months and months ago, the first night that I was me, I had a dream, and I saw in that dream what I think was the gray hand in the sky, reflected like a nebula in a helmet. And I heard him call out, Isn't this everything?
All you've ever wanted?
At the time, I just wrote it off as, this is a fucking weird dream. But the more and more that we've seen, that we've been through, us going to Chicago, my body being here, somebody's pulling my strings. I feel like someone is behind it all. And I think it's him. And I don't know, maybe in his own way he thinks he's helping. But it gives me the same sort of vibes as Craig Throat. Naive. Dangerous. And my first priority, Theo, is making sure that you're okay. Because you matter to us.
That's a dumb priority.
Catrell says that.
Yes.
You're supposed to care about the people that matter to you. You're supposed to look out for them. Why is that stupid?
Because there's a lot of people. This is somebody that's pulling strings on more than one world. You want somebody who's got him on speed dial to just stay away?
I'm saying we need to be cautious. Make sure that the strings, he's not pulling your strings, making you do things you don't want to do.
He didn't make me do anything.
It's how he works.
What do you want, Theo?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I want my own path.
You have a path. What does this talk about no path?
Catrell will put a hand on your shoulder, Mark, and be like, but one that's hers.
Is a path not the one that she's a part of right now, where she is right now with us? Are we not part of that path?
Catrell will look at you meaningfully. That's not what she means, Mark.
I want to have my chosen path, not a path that I've been placed on by my family that is my family's. I don't want one that collides with others, that I form the cracks of others' paths. I don't know what I want, but I want it. I want to want.
I feel like this is a strong Dockers conversation.
I do think Dockers is trying to, annoyingly trying to explain this to you as well in your head, Mark, of like, with visual aids and fucking whiteboards and being like, so, okay, it's like, where are you going? It's like, just where you're going, right? But like, what if somebody pushed you there? What if somebody put you there? What if somebody put you a little bit farther and you're not supposed to be that far and you're like farther than you're supposed to be? This is good shit.
I picture Doctor's in a lab coat with these little round glasses and he's just going to town.
Still like armpit length blonde hair.
His like little emblem or like
He's got a little
is
D
a weed
emblem or whatever for
No,
Dockers.
it's a weed.
Oh,
It's
pot
a
leaf.
weed.
It's a-
weed
yeah,
leaf.
it's
Pot
a-
leaf.
it's a-
Thank you. Yes.
It's a cannabis
weed.
leaf.
Fuck me. Shut up. Fuck off. Okay.
Cannabis leaf embroidered into his lab coat.
Oh my god. I need this in my life.
Is that the Canadian flag or a pot leaf?
So it's like when you think about it, it's like, oh, but if the decisions I'm making are based on just like the values I've learned, do I really have free will? Isn't that fucked up? It's totally fucked up. So then the other thing is like, where do you start? Where do you start? And it's like, are you inheriting it? And what are you inheriting? And what decisions do you make that can actually be called like yours? And then when you bring in all your fucking weird God shit and your king shit and your fucking religion shit, it's a whole other ball game, man. He flips the whiteboard over and it just says a whole other ball game, man.
Mark is just, as he's like talking to everybody, just kind of like is suddenly staring off and just kind of like nodding.
So I think what Theo had said resonated with Anna, and Anna just kind of looks at Theo, and would Theo meet her eyes, or is she looking down at the ground?
Yeah, Theo's looking everywhere but anybody's eyes.
She might kind of put a hand on your shoulder, just kind of like squeeze it softly, because I think the last thing that you had said was, I want it to be like my chosen path or whatever. And I think she'd be like, well, then we'll help you figure out what that is. But if this fucking gray hand tries to do anything, you best believe I'm gonna fuck him up.
We're all gonna fuck him up. Because we care about you, Theo. I care about you.
I think Anna might actually pull Theo into a hug.
Theo's very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I imagine.
Mark joins the group hug.
Oh, God.
Catrell joins the group hug.
Oh, God.
And everyone can feel Mark's head.
Hate that.
Miah, cut that out. Please, for the love of God, cut that out.
Catrell, you hear Catrell in your ears, Theo just going, smooth.
I think Anna will pull back. What do you need?
Me?
Yeah.
I think Theo just, like, shrugs.
Yes, Centaur. What do you need?
We could research. We could go see a movie. We could do whatever you want.
I think Theo, like, looks around the shop, looks at Mark, looks at Anna, sees Lincoln, kind of looks sort of towards the door, like that Kira and Tommy had left. I think I have almost all that I need.
Almost, says Lincoln.
Yeah. Almost.
Almost.
You want to go find them? Or what are you talking about?
Can you guys show me what shopping is?
It's like midnight or something, isn't it? Isn't it late?
Yes.
Yeah.
Catrell doesn't know what shopping is, let alone when it happens.
Maybe tomorrow. Unless there's anything you want here.
Oh, fuck.
You don't have to answer the question for us, says Lincoln, sort of hopping down and heading back into the back. But you should probably answer it for you. Anybody who needs it, I have a bed and a half. Otherwise, store's fucking shut.
So you do sleep here?
I didn't say that. And he walks into a back room.
To go to sleep.
Yeah. That's where you live. You live here. You live where you work.
Thanks for the hats. Sorry it didn't work out. He walks out.
Hey, Anna.
Yeah?
You said that wasn't her.
That's McCleary. He's our older brother. He's been around for a while, and he's a professional asshole. He punishes Kira. Except lately, I don't know, they seemed like they were talking more.
How do you know for sure she doesn't also think that?
Are you kidding me? Theo, Kira loves you. She thinks of you like a sister. I think of you like a sister. I should know. I can feel her right now. She feels not good.
I never told you, but I had someone like that.
Your sister?
Yeah.
Real quick, is Mark like straight up just fully leaving? Or are you by any chance privy to this conversation? Important question.
I think Mark just kind of walked outside, and he's just kind of waiting outside the door because he follows rules.
Okay. Mark will hear this story when Theo's ready to tell it to him.
You don't have to tell me. But what happened to her?
I don't know. I saw her the night before she went on a job. And when I woke up the next morning, I found my dad at the dining room table. And he told me that she had died. And then we went about our day like nothing had happened.
You never got any answers?
I tried, but the number one rule of the Maggio, you don't contact the dead, no matter how much you love them. I don't know what true love is. I mean, I had it with her. She was my sun, and I was her moon. When we got into fights, we were sisters. But I didn't really realize until she left how much she protected me. And then she was gone.
Sounds to me like you do know what love means.
I just don't know how to get it back.
You already have it, Theo. I don't know if Mark's used those words yet, but I'm pretty sure he loves you.
I think Theo turns like bright red.
Yeah.
Mark is outside just like feeling his head.
Just being like, can I hang with this?
And as for Kira, well, I know that she loves you. She would do anything for you.
No matter what?
No matter what.
Because I did something tonight.
What'd you do?
My brother found out.
About the eye or what?
Yeah.
And you did what exactly?
I was scared, and he was yelling at me, and I suddenly had all of his attention, and he was wanting to know everything about me and what I'd done and where I'd been and how I could be so foolish. And he went to tell my dad, but I couldn't let him do that, because everything that they already know about Mark. What if they knew about you and Kira?
Maybe they should. Maybe it's time. You say you want to have a path forward, a chosen path.
You can tell her the truth if you want. That you did it because you could. And what a power, truly.
I think to the gray hand, Theo says I did it because I had to.
You didn't. You just didn't like what would happen if you didn't do it.
I was afraid that they wouldn't love me.
Do they? Did you stop them from not loving you? What did you really prevent, Grey Centaur? And what have you preserved? You saw a fork in your path and you elected to stay on the one that had been chosen for you.
Theo, are you there? You have been talking for like 30 minutes. What's going on?
Guys, it's cold having no hair.
I think Theo blinks and looks at Anna.
You know what? I always wondered why you always use the fake name. Theo Jones. Why is that?
Because I'm ashamed of where I come from. What it means.
What does being a Nessos mean?
Power. The blood of a centaur. The centaur. There's a legacy behind that name.
And what does it mean to be Theo?
I don't know how to answer you, Anna. Because I don't know.
That's okay. I'm still figuring out who the fuck I am. But can I just give you some advice?
All right.
Don't let anybody make you feel less than what you are. Because I think you're pretty fucking great. You are Theo Nessos, whatever the fuck you want that to be. Show the world what Theo Nessos is, who she is. And don't let anybody else decide for you.
Theo will nod. I think I might need a new place to stay. And I need to talk to my dad.
Bed and a half back here if you need it.
I was just going to say it. There's always space here. I mean, I'm sure Mark would let you stay if that's not weird. I don't know.
As fun as Catrell can be, I kind of need a break.
Yeah.
I'm also afraid.
Well, if you want to stay here, there's a place. Ooh, we could have a sleepover. If you're up for it.
Can I rain check you with that?
Of course.
I owe you a study date, so...
Yeah.
Study date / sleepover?
Oh, that sounds...
I got a bunch of books.
Great.
That's really cool. I can't wait.
Can't wait to do that awesome thing you just did.
It sounds... We'll put it on the books.
Thanks, Anna. And I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Me? Theo, you didn't disappoint me. There's a difference between being worried about somebody and disappointed in them.
I guess so.
I don't lie.
Mark, it is cold without any hair.
Mark has the back of his shirt like over the top of his head, and he's just like standing outside.
I do think Anna might try to usher Theo out of the store to bring her wherever she needs to go. Yeah.
I was thinking that Theo was going to maybe stay at Lincoln's. Like right now, it kind of feels like
for tonight. You wanted to stay here? Okay.
Because I feel like it feels like the safest place almost. Like Lincoln's pretty neutral.
There are protection spells.
And there's protection spells. But Theo will say goodbye to Mark, coming outside with Anna and seeing Mark with the sweatshirt or the shirt up.
Hey, you guys ready to go?
You look cold. And Theo's gonna take off her sweater and like hand it to you, Mark.
Will you describe the sweatshirt very briefly?
Yeah, it's a university sweatshirt. It's like maroon and very oversized on Theo. It used to be Selena's. As well as it is technically Theo's enchanted clothing that gives her one armor.
Okay. No, you don't have to do that. I'm gonna be going home here. Where are you going?
I'm gonna stay here tonight. I don't really want to go home and
wait at the store here.
Yeah, Lincoln has an extra bed.
He's got a bed in the back, bed and a half apparently, whatever that means.
Plus, I owe Anna a study date, so. Tomorrow.
Would you want to stay with one of us? I mean, I got a ton of space.
Oh no, I know. It's just there's all these protection spells here, and I haven't really talked to my family yet. So I figured Lincoln's place might be the safest place for me to lay low for a little bit. And you've got your hands full with Catrell, and I know you only have one bed, and I don't really want to be around Kira right now. It still hurts, even though I know it's not her words.
I understand.
And Theo looks at Anna.
Well, if you feel comfortable here, then sounds good. I guess let me know what your plans are tomorrow. Maybe we can do something.
We just went bowling, Mark.
We could all go shopping. Sounds like that's something Catriel wants to do. Catriel.
I know. I love it.
Plus, I need to figure out this situation. Mark points to his head.
That sounds fun, but I'm gonna rain check you on that.
Okay. Well, let me know when you want to hang out.
Duh.
Be safe, Theo. And I think he'll give you a hug.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say something, but yeah, you can hug Theo.
What were you gonna say?
And when you pull away from the hug, Theo will kiss you.
I think Mark like kisses you back and then just kind of nods and just like starts walking away.
I want you each to roll manipulate someone.
Johnny,
I know.
You were pushing us to like shipping us so hard, and now you're just like.
I want to leave it up to the fates.
10.
8.
What are you doing?
What's with those faces?
Theo, you come away from this kiss like slightly dizzy. Mark, you come away from this kiss thinking, did I do that right?
100%.
Trying to remember like how we all even got here. I think Anna's like opens up her spell book. Is there a teleportation spell?
Well, I think Mark is still there.
Well, for sure, seeing this, Ketrel would be like, do you need a ride?
Maybe. I think Kira took the wheels.
I thought you live here.
I just work here.
I don't know what that means.
About 8 hours a day, I stand behind that counter and people purchase items that they want to own with money.
Couldn't you just have the 8 hours a day be at night and then you could sleep at the same time?
It's important to have work-life balance, I'm told. So it's good to separate those two. I can do a spell, I'm sure. Get myself home.
Okay. She'll put on the remaining helmet and hop onto Mark's motorcycle.
Yeah. I think Anna will like sit down on the ground and start flipping through the book. See if there's like some sort of short range, or not, it's not really short range, but a teleportation spell that she could do to get her to her house.
Or you could ask Mark because he's right there.
But you're on a bike.
He can poof.
Oh, he can do all kinds of stuff. Plus, I can, and her wings pop out. I can get myself home.
Oh, God.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess I would take a ride.
Okay. All right. See you at home, Catrell. The passcode to the door is 1394.
No, it's Casey is awesome.
Oh, don't worry. I know how to break into your house. Flap and fly away.
Okay.
Can I ask what is going on with Kira?
Oh, you mean like in the lobby?
Yeah, or I guess McCleary.
Well, he and Tommy have driven to Dawnbreak.
And Kira still is not in control of the body, I assume. Well, she was going to try to reach out to Ember, but maybe I'll wait on that, I guess. I don't know.
By which I want to sort of, the image would be that as Kira sort of realizes that this day is going to end with her not in control of the body.
Mm-hmm.
She sort of goes into the apartment building to her room and pauses in front of Unit E, looks at it meaningfully, and continues down the hall. McCleary drives Tommy to the Dawnbreak building, and Tommy's like, really? You want to go to work right now?
Does he know that this isn't Kira?
He hasn't been looking for it.
Because Anna did say it's not her.
Yeah. I think he's sort of like, I think he doesn't know how not really temporary it is.
Yeah.
He's sort of just waiting for her to snap out of it.
McCleary might just say, well, I don't really feel like heading back to home. Plus, there's some business we got to finish up.
Oh, we're still doing this. Okay. What's the business?
Well, there's that whole Ember business we were supposed to get information about. Got information, or at least some. Go check in with the rest of the group. See if it helps.
Kira's the middle of the night.
You have to know by now that this is not Kira speaking.
If she's in there, she's tired. Go to sleep, man.
There's beds at Dawnbreak, I'm sure.
All right, hope they're comfy. And he'll walk in. That's where we're going to end that scene. Mark has driven Anna home to Kira's house.
Okay.
To which, this is a loose end, Donovan flew.
I was going to say, where is Donovan during all of that?
Oh, he flew home.
He went away. He's like, okay, bye.
This was a delight.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well said.
But not really.
I do think like Anna would get in, and if Donovan's like, is he up? Like in the living room?
I think what he is doing is he is in a bathrobe and walking through the living room drying his hair.
Oh my God.
I think Anna makes the same face I am, where she's like scrunching up her face and is like, okay.
It's strenuous.
I'm sure you must have had a hard day.
Flying, I mean.
Mm-hmm. I remember could be hard sometimes. Probably good to get the workout in, though. I mean, your age, get as much workout as you can. It's probably a good thing.
He rubs the towel in his hair a little bit and looks off wistfully, remembering the flight.
She's still not back?
I don't think she's coming back tonight.
McCleary is taking the reins, I guess. How did you learn that magic, by the way?
He starts folding the towel. Which magic exactly?
Turning back time magic? Seems pretty advanced.
Technically, it's not time magic. It's earth magic.
How is it earth magic?
Ask your teacher. It's about the source and it doesn't matter.
You're right. I think I'm gonna go to bed. Well, thanks for helping tonight. It was a departure from the norm.
How do you mean?
Well, it's just historically, you kind of just have been there to brood. But tonight you really did step in and help out. It was nice.
I'm glad you approve.
Nah, it's not really approval. Meet the bar.
I learned it from my father.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Seems like he'd be a fun guy.
he wasn't. Good night, Anna.
Night, Donovan. I think as Anna's going up to her room, she might lay down in the bed and then just kind of think in her head, try to go into her headspace.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go in and knock on the cabin door.
He'll open the door and be like, it doesn't lock, and then just walk in.
I know, but we were kind of fighting, so I thought I would be polite.
Huh. He sits back down at the big chair.
Having fun in here? Making yourself at home?
Yeah, actually I am.
What was it like back home? The Sky Kingdom. What did you do for fun?
Fun. You want to ask the kid about that, probably.
Oh, Catro. You didn't have fun? You this surly all the time?
It wasn't easy for me, okay?
Why?
Deals. There's people who can afford to make good ones and people who have to make bad ones.
And you made a bad one?
I did what I could.
Do you want to tell me what it was? Does this have to do with how you were fading away?
You want to tell me about your parents? How hard it was for you growing up? You want to tell me what your greatest fear is? What keeps you up at night?
Sure.
What makes you horny in the shower? You want to really get to know each other?
Whoa. Somebody went there.
Lowry, are you flirting?
Let's not lose sight of what this is, okay?
I'm sorry. Gets me horny in the shower? That was quite the departure. Where did that come from?
Oh, do you not want to talk about it?
She rolls her eyes.
That's what it's like.
I wasn't trying to be mean or anything. I was curious. Want to get to know you.
You tossed me in here because you didn't want to watch me die. Like a puppy in a river. Don't pretend like we're friends now.
That's not true. I didn't toss you in here because you're some puppy in a fucking river.
He rocks the chair back a time or two.
I care about Mark, your brother. You're important to him. Fuck, you saved my life. And I don't know what your fucking past is, but you deserve a chance to have a new life if that's what you want. I don't get why you're so moody all the time. I need to cheer you up somehow. Why do you think I was asking what you like to do for fun?
Roll manipulate someone.
11.
I miss the clouds. You know how where you are, you look up at them and you think they're going to be fluffy and soft and have texture to them, but you get up there and they're just fog, not in the sky.
I think Anna is listening in rapt attention. What are they like in the sky?
They have shape. They're playful. You can toss them around and build with them, and it's like Christmas morning every day. There's nothing you can't do. You just get up there, you make something.
Sounds pretty cool.
And it was free. That's what it was like, growing up in the sky. It was free.
That sounds nice. I think I could get used to that. What would you do if you had your own body? You have all the freedom in the world.
Points a finger to the sky, but that's just it. How much freedom is there in the world?
Well, I don't know. It might not be as free as the sky, but I still like to do whatever the fuck I want.
Is that right?
Yeah.
If I was to ask you where are you going to sleep tonight, you'd have a limited number of answers, wouldn't you?
Well, that depends. And I want Anna to try to focus really hard on her headspace and make it look like the Sky Kingdom.
Aw, that's going to be a roll plus weird.
That's a 10.
Okay. He'll sort of hold his hands out to you in a conciliatory gesture and be like, I see that you are trying to be nice to me, and I appreciate that. But I mean it. If we were really, he gestures around at the quote-unquote sky here, I could sleep wherever I got tired. But you have to write a check to have a bed for a night. You have to toil in a shop to eat. In the sky, you just find it. I don't know what I would do if I had a body. I don't know if I want to have a body.
Well, I thought you wanted to come here. Don't you like hanging out with us? And I think Anna looks away.
No, it's not. I'm nothing it's complicated. Lowry also looks away.
Well, if you decide that it's what you want, I'll help you get that. I hope you decide to get it, because, I don't know, it'd be fun to hang out.
Lowry blushes. Neat.
Yeah, I'll let you have your fun.
Yeah, it's time for my nightly ritual. Do you
Sky
mind?
Kingdom. Yeah, okay, bye. Have a good night. She'll leave.
Theo, you had basically walked back into a closed and dark Clockwork Child.
Lincoln? Ramsey?
No answer.
Okay. Can I see a little at least?
Yeah, I think it's not pitch dark, but it is
Okay.
The lights are off.
I think Theo will attempt to lock the front and make sure the close sign is closed or out.
Yep.
And then Theo will wander, I guess, back to the counter and is there a door to the back?
Yeah, so beyond the counter is the sort of long and open apothecary area. To the left of that is a door that leads first into the break room that has a little couch and a fridge and sort of a counter with a hot plate on it. And then to the right out of that room leads into kind of a hallway that opens up into, basically goes equidistant in either direction and then has two rooms at the end of each.
Each room or doorway Theo passes through, he's just going to be Lincoln, hello? I don't want to be rude and just be walking around your store. I know you said that I could stay here, but can I stay here just for one night?
Down the hallway a few feet to the right, Ramsey Lincoln. I think her trademark stocking cap has been sort of no, she doesn't have her trademark stocking cap. It's just her hair has been pulled back into a very high and tight ponytail. And she leans out and she's like, do you want the bed or you want the half? And she's holding a steaming mug of some kind.
What's the half?
Break room.
Do you actually sleep here?
If Ashwood asks, no.
If I ask?
A human body is a whole fucking son of a bitch.
Okay. I don't care. You choose. I'm not that complicated.
I knew I liked you. And she'll walk past you and into the break room, lie down on the couch, open up a paperback, and set the steaming mug on the little coffee table in front of it.
Thank you for letting me stay here. I promise I'll just be tonight.
Whatever.
Theo will go into, I guess, whatever the room is with the bed.
Okay. The room with the bed is pretty Spartan. It honestly looks like a like a college student's first apartment where like the bed is in the corner and then there's a like sort of what would be the foot of the bed, a very small closet that has like 3 identical outfits that are what Ramsey Lincoln wears. And then the wall is practically wallpapered with maybe several layers deep with band posters.
I think Theo sits on like the edge of the bed, looks around, kind of like almost like hugs herself, misses her sweatshirt, misses Mark, and then I think eventually like curls up under the blanket and might cry herself to sleep.
Oh. Mark, you come a rockin' up to your house. And speaking of a rockin', the living room lights are on and there's music playing.
Mark steps off his bike, locks his helmet to the side on the little helmet lock and shuts off the bike and kind of stands there for a second, stretches, and then decides to walk in.
Okay. Inside, Larry the Owl is flying free. And in the, like, dancing between the kitchen and the living room is Catrell. She's, like, bounding around like a teenager, singing along to whatever it is that she's listening to, which you don't recognize.
And what time is it?
Between 12:30 and 1.
Catrell, we have to keep the place a little quieter.
Mark, flying here is so much better than there.
Why is that?
It's different. There's, like, there's a ground that you can like hit this time, and then there's like all these like you're not supposed to, and there's like it's like I'm not supposed to do this, and it's like a whole thing. And then she like grabs your face in both of her hands and goes, "It is cool to be alive," and then goes back to dancing.
And my cheeks are like pressed.
Yep.
I remember that. It was a lot of fun flying. Have you tried it during the day yet?
She slows down in her dancing and is like, "Why don't you fly anymore?"
I gave up my wings a long time ago.
Ooh. You want to come flying with me tomorrow? Or now? We can do it now.
I don't know if maybe tomorrow. Especially if something goes wrong, it's night. I don't want to risk it. Are we okay just chilling here tonight?
Yeah.
Do you want pizza?
Hang on.
I'm kind of hungry.
Is pizza the thing that's a circle and a triangle?
Yeah. It's the thing that has little dots all over it. It's a circle, but it has like little red dots all over it.
I don't know that she liked the little red dots. Was there green ones too, like lines?
Well, you don't need to have them on there, but I mean, I have other things you can put on the pizza. We can, you know what? Let's make a pizza and we can experiment.
You can make it. Let's make a pizza.
I'm gonna go over and try and where is Larry right now?
Flying around.
Does he look stressed or is he having fun?
He's having a great time. He's been dancing with Catrell.
Cute.
I think I'm gonna run to the freezer and grab just a little mouse or something like something. Throw it to him and be like, "Here you go."
Jump.
I think Mark turns down the music like 2 notches and then goes over and starts making a pizza.
And so did Mark and Catrell enjoy themselves a traditional American meal of a homemade pizza. But what would greet them in the morning? And what adventures would come in the future?
But for real, you guys, executive producer Jonny Grubb. This has been The Monsters Playbook, featuring
John Wander as Mark Clayton.
Lauren Johnson as Anna and Kira Ashwood.
Miah Detjen as Theo Nessos.
and Jonny Grubb as literally everybody else. Our theme song is by me, Jonny Grubb. The Monsters Playbook is produced and engineered by Miah Detjen and edited by Miah Detjen and Lauren Johnson. If you liked this episode, please tell a friend. We love friends. You can find the Monsters Playbook on the social media channel of your choice. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr. You can hang out with us on our Discord. And if you like what we're doing, please consider supporting us on Patreon. We'll see you next episode where, as always, I'll have some good news and some bad news. Thanks for listening. Here's the good news. All of you feel a kind of gust of wind.
Sorry, I farted. Just kidding.
Oh my God, John, could you not? Why do you have to ruin the moment?
Like
All right,
Why are you the way that you are?
Miah, cut this part out.
No.